everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to the program. Yep, we're here. We're here. Hello. Yup. We're here. And the angle's a little different. How cool is that, Chris?
That is pretty cool.
Gotta change the angle up a little bit.
Ooh, I love the background already.
I know, man. We're doing a fun background. I mean, it's Sunday, baby.
What's up? How's everyone in the chat? What up, Rocky?
Rocky, Dryshod, Benedetto, Robbie, good friend Jake, Jason, Autumn Light. Hi, Chris. I mean, it's great. Everyone's here. Homebrews is here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wait.
Just cracking packs in Card Shop Sim? What does that mean?
Oh, thank you, Jason. Welcome back. Welcome back. 14 months. Is that what that's what it means? 14 months. I'm using this new fucking activity thing and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it says T1 times 14.
Yeah, but that's got to be what that means, right?
Yeah.
14 months.
I think so.
Yeah. Luke Man, stay
Tier
simping.
one.
Thank you, dog.
Yeah.
That looks. Can't read that. That sucks. It's fucking bullshit.
Just for the viewers at home, Luke, right before we went live, he seemed to be like pretty earnestly like stressed and sort of out of it. So
dog that looks like Eminem. Thank you.
Dog that looks like Eminem.
That's a Go Off Kings one. All right.
Oh, what up? It's Creative Steve 69.
All right, everybody. Here we are. No, everything went great last time.
Everything goes great
what
every
me and
time
Chris
I'm
were
here.
Reflecting on, I think it's worth saying.
Yeah.
Is that already the premise of this feels a bit strange because me and Chris, I think, have become better friends. Where I think that the impetus of what made the first few times happen, I don't really think that dynamic exists between us.
But I think already just the fact that you're saying the thing that happened the first few times, already that to me opens up the conversation.
Right, because you're brought back to a place of.
I'm like.
So do you want to explain in your words what happened, and I'll kind of then say it in my words?
What happened last time?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last
few times.
The last few times I've done this show, and I want to open this up to happen again this time.
Mm-hmm.
I will. You can all call in and just sort of give me notes. That might be notes as a performer. That might be notes as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
That might be just things you notice about me. That might just be, just like something you wish I heard kind of thing.
It's been a year, too, they were saying in the chat. It's been
about
a year. Last time it was in here, but it was before I had all this set up.
Yeah, we had the scary wall. I remember that.
We were just doing it on that wall with a cardboard side.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, then I did that, and that sort of spawned this whole conversation where I kind of turned to Luke, and I sort of went, like, I feel like you don't even like me, if I'm being honest.
Right.
And then we had a whole second episode where we sort of just addressed that it felt like you and I don't get along, and people called in. I think where I stood on it was which is maybe the worst thing of all, or the worst response of all is I don't even think about you at all, bro. Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, we're friendly, but like.
Well, then that's sort of where I'm at, and I'm glad because I do have the list ready, and that feels that's perfectly relevant to that.
So Chris today, and then on my end, it's that Chris basically just goes psycho mode every time he comes on this program because I think he sits down on a couch and gets confused and thinks this is a real mental health program. But in a world where he thinks his therapist doesn't like him, so he asks him why.
And you want to be comforted by your therapist.
Yeah, right. On a person-to-person level, not about you, about my feeling towards you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I asked Chris to do is compile a list of all the things that he thinks I'm mad at him about. Is that right?
Either you're mad at me about or just something you don't like about me.
You know what? I got to be honest, man. A little bit going into this, I was like, just because I've been a little down today, I was like, I hope this is fun. I got to be honest. I'm really excited now. This is really like putting pep in my step. I'm really excited. I'm really
glad because I have the list. It's long.
I'm really excited.
Rocky said he wants me to check the Slack.
Go ahead and check the Slack. So I mean, that's what's so interesting is like, I think because me and Chris, we've just also spent, I think, more time together as both of our like streams have been more of a part of our lives, is like you and I have spent more time together this past year than years before.
Yeah.
But I know there's times where Chris has been like, Yeah, I saw you at the Elysian. You just didn't seem like you wanted to talk to me. And I was like, what are you talking about? We talked for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm going like, it just felt like during that conversation, you were sort of like, all right, I'll do this for 15 minutes and then I'll kind of be on my way.
You think I'm like big dogging you?
No. And I want, should we start the list? Do we get into it?
Okay, hold on. I just want to also say, I want to say also the phone lines are open. We want to hear from you. If you have thoughts about this, thoughts about Chris, really. I'm not really taking notes. I just want to be clear about that.
And I don't have notes for Luke.
I'm not looking for notes. This is about Chris. This is Chris's time. I'm good. I'm good. At least in terms of tonight, I don't need notes. You will be hung up on. But this is Chris.
Yeah, and I'm open to notes.
So Chris, all right, Luke and Chris together. Ooh, to be in the Everything Now show Slack. Funny. All right.
Really good.
All right. Are all your socks Armenian flag socks or just these ones?
Well, these are one. Thanks for catching that.
Yeah.
I always I wore the Art Sock shirt to the
I like that shirt though. I want that shirt.
It is a sick ass shirt.
Cool.
I feel like 90s. It's good because I can wear it and it doesn't feel like I'm like, it's not like a shirt that's like black with red text being like 1.5 million Armenians killed in 1915.
Or my favorite thing, which is what the Armenian guys in Glendale and the BMWs have, which is just a thing that says #defend Art Sock on their car and a picture of an AK-47.
Yeah. They didn't make it out, most of them, unfortunately. But that's neither here nor there.
We're not. This is the one thing we aren't talking about tonight. That's a whole different kind of stream I do with Chris.
They did not get the ticket out of Glendale for some reason. But yeah. So what do we got going on? We want to get into the list?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you find it disrespectful you're wearing shoes and Luke is wearing Crocs sockless? No, this is Luke's home.
Yeah.
Or not home. This is his studio.
Yeah.
But still.
Also, my whole thing is that sometimes I'm wearing Crocs sockless. Like, I mean,
that's your whole thing?
You've seen me do it before.
I have seen you do it. I've never thought.
I mean, it's
that's
one of
Luke's
my,
whole
but it's
thing.
like one of my. It's like one of my like options.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I guess.
All right. Let's stop this. Let's stop this right now because I don't. Again,
this is
I
gonna
don't
open
care
up a
what
whole
you
new
think
front.
about this. I don't care what they think about this. This is about Chris.
Yes.
This is about Chris.
Bring these into me.
All right.
All right. Should we just start with number one?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just count how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. That's pretty. That's not that bad.
Okay.
I'm just gonna read them all verbatim.
Okay, but we're gonna take them. I want to
one at a time.
I want to dig into each one and then go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reasons Luke is mad at me / doesn't like.
And I will say, if any come up during it, feel free to add
they
them.
Will.
I'm sure they
Absolutely,
will.
They will. Okay. Reasons Luke is mad at me / doesn't like me. Number 1, Luke thinks I'm too into improv comedy and that I should generally be more ashamed. Not that like people in general should be more ashamed, but that like my thing is bad too, and he thinks I don't believe that my thing is bad.
Okay.
So you get what I'm getting at there?
Yeah, that you
think I'm a little holier than thou about something that also sucks.
Yes.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I don't like you. It is true.
I don't think it's true. I think my thing sucks too.
Yeah, but you're like a little you're on your high horse. I mean, look at the conversation. We won't go into details. The conversation we had earlier this week over text. It's a little bit holier than thou.
I don't think I'm holier than thou. I don't like when people act like improv is the stupidest art form and the worst thing.
I don't think it's the stupidest art form. I think can I tell you my honest take? And this is more of I think this is, and I have a feeling this is going to be most of them. These are more a reflection of the things I believe than what I believe about you.
Okay.
But I think if anyone taking comedy too seriously in any form is something that I kind of make fun of.
Okay. And see, yes, that's probably the underlying thing. Because I do think I take it seriously. I don't think I take myself
You're a serious guy.
I think I am a very serious guy. I don't think I take myself seriously in terms of like people should respect me or whatever. I don't have anything like that. I don't think improv is something that's like, oh, this mystic form we must all admire. Like I think it's stupid and lame. But if I'm going to do something, like I think you should take it seriously. Like even if it's kind of a dumb, silly thing. And like I think you take streaming seriously.
I do. And I take comedy serious. Well, okay. I think that's the thing is I respect that. I do think it's like, why do anything at all? If you're trying to make it your livelihood, you have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
But I think like, and it's more about improv, and this is more of a thing you meet with stand-ups, but it's like we are just we do have the most pointless job.
Yeah.
Like, and I do think that's
sort of the most.
It's like really
useless.
self-serving and like doesn't, and like it can entertain and it really does help people. Sure, on some level, like helps them.
Yeah, I get it.
We put data.
One of the times I was on recently, we had a conversation about how it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
being like this is some noble valent.
No, it's not. It's not. So I think to me, when you say I take improv seriously like that, it reeks to me of that same. It's like feels like it's coming from the same place. Now, is that not true?
I don't think that's true.
You do look at those as almost two separate points.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with people thinking my shit's lame or whatever. That's fine. But I'm just
Hold on, though. Jason says, I think that having a job that isn't actively destroying the world is something. Frankly, both me and Chris's livelihoods are powered by server farms owned by Amazon.
Yeah,
so
that
I
are
don't
literally
even know if
melting
that's true.
the earth right
I
now.
literally don't know if that's true.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We literally just performed on a stage where it said Chevron on the Chiron.
We're not doing good stuff.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know,
and
I'm just
Freak
saying.
Scene, you know which one I am. Freak Scene, don't act like you don't know which of those I am.
He's a ninja.
I'm not a ninja. Come on now.
Wait, really?
No way. Ninja's the middle one. Ninja's the best one.
But I always think of you as like you're kind of quiet, and then you say like David's a ninja.
I think David's a robot.
Oh yeah. What are you, a robot?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a pirate.
You're absolutely.
Yeah.
That call, the DBJ call was so good.
That was really crazy.
Anyway.
I've really pushed the line with DBJ. I've never really seen them before basically say, all right, we're not going to do this anymore. We were all kind of doing characters on DBJ Street where we were the ghosts of his family, but all the ghosts were Nazis, slave owners. I was a union busting.
You were Chinese also.
Yeah. Well, I said I was a national. I was
Chinese.
National.
Yeah, we had a whole riff on that. Okay. I'm glad I think we feel each other a little bit more.
Okay.
On that
okay. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna. You're right that I feel that way.
Okay.
I want you to be clear. Like I don't think less of you because of it, but I do think you do take it seriously.
Yeah, and I think there is a part of you that when you see me or even like see me doing it, you're sort of like,
we were talking about, and we'll say this in the broadest strokes, improv versus clown, and like I think that's something you take seriously. I look at that as like when in Gulliver's Travels when he goes to like the Lilliputians and there's like two sides of him fighting, but then like they hit him with an arrow and it's like but it's like nothing. It's like bugs.
I'm willing to get into the weeds of the differences, but I'm not one of those people that's like and I must establish why one is better than the other or whatever.
Yeah.
But I am like, okay, I can't.
I mean, they're really certainly both very interesting ways to circumvent needing to write a joke. That's for
absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
They're great things to do if you don't have work ethic. That's 100% true.
I thought of something funny. White guys in their 30s will start a successful streaming show rather than write. Wait. White alt comedian guys will start a successful streaming show rather than write one single joke.
That's true of me. That is really true of me.
Yeah, me too, though, man.
I love not writing a single joke. Should we do the next one?
Well, successful by the terms of this program, not successful to like our parents, but you know, we both got the purple check. That's right. Mean something,
I know
brother.
that's right.
I know that's right.
Good stuff. We're really doing so well on this website, and that's what it's all about. We should do a little recap from TwitchCon at some point today. Our thoughts and feelings about it.
You know, I did a watch through of the thing, and kind of halfway through it sort of bummed me out to the point where we like stopped. I was like, all right, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Not because of you guys, or not because of the people on it, but.
Yup. How many people watching this, by the way? Can we see?
72.
Oh. What's that 69?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm using this new thing. This is ground control. And it's like, I don't know. That's like the viewers, but then 72 is the people. I can't figure it out, bro. I really can't figure it out. Anyway.
You want to do the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now that Grant left, I'm Luke's least favorite cast member.
Interpersonally or comedically?
Oh, fuck. I'm going to say both. But here's what I'll say. Grant only was one of those before. I was fourth and fifth, and now I'm 4th and 4th.
That's so funny that you think that. You are, I'm not going to say interpersonally because that would be insane. You are legitimately my favorite performer on ENS and always have been.
No, that's
I've
not true.
always thought you were.
That's
yes,
absolutely
yes,
not true.
100%. You always make me laugh the hardest. I think it's so funny that you never do characters on your character show. And I know that I sound like, I know that sounds fucking insane. And I'm sorry, Rocky, Jake, it's just a personal preference. I think it's because, Chris, you do a style of comedy that is the so opposite of what I do. I really mean that.
Really?
That I really legitimately
I'm shocked
mean.
about that.
Yeah.
Because I feel a very similar thing in terms of like, because our styles are so opposite, I'm like very in awe of what you do.
You literally like are so good at improv, and I can't. I can barely pay attention to the things I think, let alone what other people are doing. Like I'm really like I'm doing stuff. I don't remember what I did. I can't. I'm trying when I do your guys' show. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I did in the last scene, let alone what someone else did, bro.
Wow, that's so crazy. So then, but interpersonally, now that Grant's gone, it's me.
Interpersonally, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was reading some chat messages. Seeing you guys be nice to each other makes
it sucks to think. I mean, all you guys, I think, are literally. I think ENS is funny because everybody does something different. But
yeah, we are really.
You guys all do different stuff. But I've always legitimately thought that. That's like, yeah. I don't care about it because the thing you're good at is stupid.
Yeah, you don't enjoy it.
But like, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Not like this. This helps society.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to be doing something good to not respect something someone else is doing.
Correct. In fact, most of the time, that's exactly the kind of person.
Like I can see someone and be like, I'm not saving anyone's life, but like they suck too.
Steve, this is kind of interesting because I was at TwitchCon kind of trying to say I'm the unofficial 5th member of ENS, and I was getting a lot of pushback.
I kind of just think we're sort of. I don't like getting into those kind of terms.
I thought that was pretty fucking interesting.
There's a lot of people I think that sort of feel they're that, and I don't. Well, there's a few other people.
Winnie.
There's a few other
people.
Who
else?
I would say people in the Discord would say Ryan Stiffelman is the 5th ENS member, quite honestly. I would say a lot of the Discord would go. Branson is the 5th ENS member, as we're hearing right now in the chat. I think Derek Moss, there's an argument to be made for.
Damn, me more than Ryan? Me more than Ryan? Or Ryan more than me?
I would just say the Discord, a couple people in the Discord when Grant left were like, literally not even acknowledging Grant left, didn't care at all. And we're just like, what if Ryan replaced him now? And we're sort of like...
Well, they kind of know that I have my own thing going on.
Maybe that's
Is this what you wanted? You wanted like a written, auditory and written record of like what everybody publicly thinks is their favorite members of your group is? Because that's what we're doing now.
I didn't come into this
He said
with
Ryan
any
is
intention.
shit compared to Luke.
Well, that's a guy who watches your show.
I mean, it's a mod, yeah, but
so
you want
it's a
that,
mod specifically.
Yeah, but you want that in the world.
I don't like it.
Think that.
I don't like it either. I don't want anyone to rank anyone.
You invited it.
No, because by you saying you're the 5th ENS member, you've ranked yourself. You've ranked yourself at the top.
Bitch, who is on Debate Lords? Winnie or Ryan? No, it was
not
me.
even Chris.
Not even Chris.
I don't know, Luke. I'm just saying.
I just feel like that's kind of bullshit.
Who
is at the Streamer Awards? Luke.
What if instead of
Who knows Willie? Luke.
Who knows Willie? That's not. Who knows Willie is not a qualifier into being.
Yeah, but I just feel like it does. I mean, like I'm sort of more in the shit with you guys.
I would say
I'm also
like
a streamer.
5th Beatles much. The Billy Preston, I could get behind that. You know, like you're that for us. Kind
Who's
of thing.
Billy Preston?
He's the guy who. Did you watch the Get Back documentary?
No.
Okay, he's the guy who plays piano on like one of the albums. He's a pretty good musician in his own right, and then
but he's kind of doing his own thing.
Well, while they were like recording this one album, I think the subtext was they all were really angry with each other and unhappy in the room, and they all liked Billy Preston
because he was kind of chilling.
Yeah, so he like showed up and played music with them for like that album.
I'll be that. Yeah, I don't want to join your stupid little group, so
exactly.
I don't even give a fuck.
Are you upset that we sort of soft rejected the Goo Crew? Is that how's that going internally? Okay.
I don't think any. I mean, Jesse at this time said that's going to go over like a lead balloon.
When you said,
I was like,
Jesse,
do you think I should ask them if they just want to be part of this stupid stream team? And he was
which
like,
Jesse?
Jesse Farrar.
Okay.
And to Jake, he said, I was going to ask Jake, and he said that's going to go over like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
And he was right. Jake really said, we're kind of doing our own thing, and didn't make eye contact with me.
That's I mean, Jake's not making much eye contact.
Nothing really. No reason to. I mean, what's to lose? You know.
Well, what's the gain?
friendship.
I think
you guys
we're
are
already
in the Discord.
Friends. Yeah.
Well,
do we have to leave the Discord if we're not in the Goo Crew?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's something that might. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean the real answer is that none of it matters at all because it's just the people you.
It's just sort of a weird title.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be kind of nice.
I really like all of the Goo Crew.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
I'm sort of nervous around them. I think they think I'm not interested in talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is I get kind of nervous around them.
Mm-hmm.
Like JF made this joke when we were at TwitchCon where he was like, Stefan just like flagged you down. And that's weird because like he doesn't even know you, and was making fun of Stefan. Stefan was like, I've done his show like 3 times. It's like whatever. And JF was like, yeah, one of like 1,000 people who's done his show. You think he remembers you or whatever? And I think like a more confident me would have sort of like ribbed him also and like sort of leaned into it. But I got really nervous and I giggled and I was like, of course I'm going to remember the Go Off Kings. And I was like, who's that? Like, that's not me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I really
you don't watch Twitch, so.
But no, I do like the Go Off Kings.
Yeah.
But I was like, it just felt sort of hokey, you know? It felt disingenuous of me to say it that way, but the thesis was I was like, no, I do like you guys.
Man, if you parasocially watch all these different streamers we're talking about, you're loving tonight. This is really behind the actor studio. This is what happens when me and Chris get together.
I think there's something to this.
I don't know, man.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
It sounds like you're going, like, I feel like I caught you in something else, you know? I feel like today coincided with your own inner turmoil.
That's right. And so it's I'm viewing all of this through a lens, which is a thing that is already sort of a tough order through. Yeah, I'm sort of going through my own shit. Now I'm having to listen to you talk about.
But don't we think
Stefan and JF they were nice, but gosh.
But Luke, what if I'm the perfect guy for this? What if I'm the right guy to be here today?
Usually it's the other way around, I think.
I know, but what if today I'm the right guy to be here for this?
Maybe you're right.
Do you want to talk about like how you're feeling about your career and about just like Twitch, your relationship with the chat?
Listen. No.
You sure?
No.
Okay. Let's go back to the list then.
All right.
I'm shocked by you saying I'm number 1. I really don't believe that, but that's my own problems.
Funniness wise?
Yeah, because, and you know what? This is a problem because my next one's going to be you're going to be shocked by this one.
Okay.
My next one is, I don't think I've ever made Luke laugh in earnest. That's a real thing I wrote down on here.
That's legit insane to me.
Yeah. I really don't think so. That was a real thing. I was always, I feel like when I'm performing, my take on what you're thinking when I'm performing is like, okay, he's doing his little thing.
You know what it is? Maybe also what it was is I like talking to you. I like doing scenes with you the most because I think we complement each other the best because you sort of just take stuff.
Yeah.
And I can only give, you know?
Yeah. I guess that's what I'm thinking is like, I don't think I've ever given something that's like impressed you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever like generated a joke in the show that you've been like, oh, wow, ha, 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 you know, like really cracking up.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of a time I've ever done that. So maybe you're going like, wow, yeah, the nerd is like connecting the dots well. But I don't think I've ever...
Yeah, to me, you're like a secretary.
You're sort of like, look at him crunch the numbers. But I don't think I've ever made you go like, wow, that tickled my heart.
It's sort of impossible because I feel like that's not true. Is it because Luke's fake laugh sounds so much like his real laugh? I can't do a fake laugh. That's the secret. I don't do fake laughs.
Yeah.
If you hear me, you could tell if I don't. I only do real laughs. I really can't
do a fake laugh right now. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that on your guys' show.
You don't think you've ever fake laughed on our show?
I have, but I'll tell you when I have. When there's another guest there that's never done it to make them more comfortable because I'm the official 5th ENS member.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think that's just human decency that makes you do that.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, I think we can linger on this one a little bit. Is there something to what I just said? David Brown, for instance. David Brown will just say something that's so fucking funny.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah. Well, not you specifically, but like he has this ability to just...
I know.
Say a thing out of thin air that you're just like, oh my God, I'm laughing really hard right now at that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever done that for you ever, if I'm being real.
Yeah, but David's like the funniest guy I've ever met.
Okay, but so you're not saying no.
Have I done that for you?
Yeah. Gamer Dr. House is one just in my head now.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you on the call saying that you were DVJ's baby. You were DVJ's son. Yes. I'll say I'm an easy laugh, but yeah, absolutely.
This is so tough because it's a losing, no matter what, you're not going to be happy with the answer because my memory is so bad that I can't prove to you it's not true.
Yeah, but you can just sort of meekly say it's not true.
Yeah, but I have no backup.
And I go, that's bullshit.
Yeah. That's the thing, Jason. It can't be solved by words of affirmation. Yeah. Because that's why we're doing this, because me and Chris have had many conversations where I've said, man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And yet we're here.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another here.
Okay.
I'm trying to sort of put them in the right order. What's going through your head right now? Can I ask?
Can I tell you what's going through my head? I'm sort of just completely, and this is maybe the whole problem, I'm thinking about a million other things right now.
And are they around Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you really don't want to get into it. We can get into it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel a little weird getting into it while we do the stream.
Okay. Can we get into it after the stream?
Sure.
Okay. I'm into that.
Sure.
That's fine with me.
Sure. And you guys will never know what we're talking about.
And I can just talk about Twitch for a while into the wind and see if that resonates with you in some way. We can try that out.
Just keep doing your list.
Okay.
That's what's so weird about doing this thing, because there's these people watching, but we are just fucking here.
Yeah, it's you and I.
It's like a trick. It's like this is their trick day poll, so we end up doing stuff like this.
But that's why Don't you see, though, that's why we should lean into the skid right now? That's like my feeling on it. Mm-hmm. Is we've sort of found ourselves.
He's worried he's been too mean lately and it weighs on him. Definitely not worried about that.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a thing.
That's not really a thing. No, all right, I'll say it. I think that TwitchCon bummed. I mean, we were talking about it. It bummed me out. Yeah. Like it did. It bummed me out, unfortunately. It was
sort of a grim reminder of the future.
And I think for me was a bit, I've been sort of having a sort of existential crisis a little bit. Like, I started doing streaming because I wanted to do my own thing and like make the stuff I wanted to make on my own terms, and like kind of came out of this place of being very frustrated being in Los Angeles and still just feeling like I was at the whims of bigger companies that didn't give a shit. And like that was the only thing that changed moving from Chicago to LA. And then I think TwitchCon just made me realize it was the same house with a different coat of paint.
Yeah, and the coat of paint is like anime. It's hentai.
Yeah.
The coat of paint is like big titty zombie woman.
It's like...
that other coat of paint was like blue, and this coat of paint is like...
This coat of paint is a Cybertruck that says no taxes on the license plate. Yeah, so, I don't know. It's like a funny thing. It's, I think I'm just sort of reeling from that. I mean, I'm on the flip side, it's made me more thankful for like the people that do watch and like the Goo Crew and you guys, of like people I actually do respect. You know what it is? Here's what it is. I thought when I started, if I hung around long enough, I would meet more people that I actually
think are cool
on Twitch.
Yeah.
And because I remember when it was like the only people I thought were cool on Twitch were you guys, literally Uncle Joe and Sushi, and I didn't know them, you know?
That's kind of still my list.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
I don't think, well, now I feel like I also think the Goo Crew is awesome, and I've met all these people that are also like, as I've said to them a million times, 30 years old and like actually funny, not just like streamer funny.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of a little bit this year made me feel like I was like, damn, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's maybe just an existential malaise that comes from just life? That's sort of just a lot of people, and I don't mean this, I don't know how to say this without sounding kind of like an asshole, but a lot of people in life are just sort of unimpressive. Not anyone in this chat, obviously.
Of course not.
And
no.
Is it sort of a thing where it's just, okay, any room I'm in, I'm sort of going to feel this existential malaise of a detachment from my fellow man?
Yeah, yes, but not at the convention, for the thing that I do that is like this quote unquote cool job I get to do. It's like if the one place I shouldn't feel that is there, and then it made me feel that so strongly, I think that's kind of
well. So this is interesting because you have friends who are sort of showbiz fancy.
Yeah.
And I would venture to say that, say at the Emmy Awards, you're sort of looking around and having that same feeling.
Yes, totally, 100%. And I don't know why I thought it would be different. But it isn't, and that's what's bumming me out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you were like, well, this will be cooler than the Emmy Awards.
Yeah, or not even cooler, but that like I'm like I what he said his favorite song is that all. No, it's like yeah, I think because last year I went to TwitchCon and I met JF and Stefan and it opened up this whole world of people I actually like.
So you were romanticizing
I had romanticized it. When I realized what it was not TwitchCon, it was the friends we made along the way. It is the fact that like me and him, or me and them and their families just like chilled and palled around Las Vegas and had a fun time together. And I just kind of thought it would be the same, and it obviously wasn't.
Yeah, well, I also think having to produce that show was
made me go insane.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean,
for you.
I would say
the most.
I would say, fuck it. I really don't give a shit. And maybe this is like silly. I would say doing that show sucked ass.
It was a net negative.
Not doing the actual show. That was extremely fun because I got to do a fun thing with my friends. But like, I was just like, basically, I mean, the thing I keep saying is like, I had to do all this bullshit because I felt so like unsupported with making this thing that I didn't get to hang out with Demi, my friend from fucking Australia,
I know,
who I had
really
never chilled with before,
to...
who like we really, really were getting along, and like I drove her from the airport, and it's like that sucks. Like I don't know, it just like it just bummed me out, and like it just made me. I think I'll be fine, and I'll fucking bounce back, but I think I was just like, whoa, man. It sucks. It sucks to spend. I worked really hard on Holly Luke Shapes, like making all those graphics and stuff. And I was like, I wish I had not. Yeah. You know, like on some level, I wish I had fucking done some other shit.
Yeah.
You know,
in hindsight, we should have just really made that a whole disaster from the minute one.
Yeah.
Also, you want to talk like Tom and Demi, two people I really like so much. I'm so scared to talk to.
So funny, so good.
But yeah. I think you have that. Like I don't know.
God, now you've turned it to me.
What?
No, because you're trying to make me feel better.
No, but I think like I get what I mean. We were just discussing this, that my mental health is probably like at a high. It hasn't been in many years.
Mine's in a low of like a while.
Yeah,
I would say.
So it's sort of
truly.
It feels like we're sort of two ships passing in the night.
In a way, I wasn't expecting either. No, it's not. But that's the thing, guys. It's not that it was like an indicate that like okay. That's what I think I need to make very clear. It's not that I felt underappreciated. Well, I did by the forces that be, but not like it's like it was just like what it all represented.
Yeah.
It's like it's way more existential than like people didn't come to my show. I actually don't like. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not what's bumming me out.
And there were 1,000 people watching the show.
Exactly. And like I'm not stupid. Yeah. I'm on the fucking streamer website. Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a great time. We put on a great show. It was extremely fun. I'm so glad that I like knew enough about the thing to put the fucking chat on the monitors so we could like just do a fun stream together, basically in a weird conventional. Like I really want to be clear. It's not the show itself. That was so fun, but. It just, I worked for fucking months on getting all those fucking assets together and trying to make this show that was something, and then just to basically kind of be told both literally and figuratively, we don't give a fucking shit.
Like we just have to put something on here.
It bummed me out.
Here's what I'll say to that though, dude, without calling anyone out. I mean, I will also say our interactions with Twitch staff have been largely very pleasant and nice.
I want to be also very clear about that.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Like
I'm not
Sydney
talking about
awesome.
like Sydney's fucking awesome, and I'm like anyone I've met directly. These are. I think this is just the thing. It's like I need to be very clear. These are like bigger. These are things. These are not individuals. These are not an individual I met, an individual I interacted with, an individual that helped me make the show. It's like it's existential.
Well, I want to white pill you on this a little bit because this is my take on the matter.
Mm-hmm.
I think like Twitch and live streaming and all this shit is still like so small.
Yeah.
And like because it's small, I think about the National Hockey League. they're small. They're mostly run by these Canadian guys. They're bad. These people are bad at their job. The product is terrible. They're bad at running a league. They don't know what they're doing. And it's all they have, and they can't get better people. When the NBA started marketing to China, they just became an insanely better league overnight. Just all this money flooded in, all this So eventually, you know, GamerSupps is going to get outsold by AT&T or whatever, or, you know, AT&T presents Scump or whatever.
I hope
that
so,
stuff's
man.
all going to come in, and here's what I'll say. The shackles of the old way don't exist in this scary place where it's all hentai. And so, as all this money floods in, I think it's going to be a much better experience than had you stayed in the traditional media route. I think in the long term, you did make the right bet. But I think you're brushing up against...
feeling it right now.
Yeah, you're brushing up against, like...
Because it was a big bet. I mean, it's something we've talked endless about. It's sort of like, all right, I'm going to fucking, you know... This is a little how the sausage is made. I mean, there's kind of two routes out where me and Chris live, which is either doing it completely your own way and coming back in for the money, or going through the system and coming out the top with the money, right? Like, and that means a lot of things. I'm saying this in a very metaphorical thing, but like, it just, I think I was a little bit like, did I fuck up? I really was a little, like, for the first time since I've started this, because I never felt that when there weren't a lot of people watching. I never felt that so many times. Like, that's like, I just, like, the art itself or the making this stuff is, but god damn, it's just like,
I felt it hard.
Me the fuck out,
This is a story I'll have to tell off stream, but I felt hard because I recently was like talking to someone who was in the old media world. And I'm like, when I'm doing Twitch, it's like, oh, everything's going great. This is so cool. Oh, we have 5,000 YouTube subscribers now or whatever, which like to us is huge because we were trying for years and years. And this stuff feels so real or whatever. But then you sort of step out of it and you're trying to explain what's happening to someone who's like, just has like a normal career that's good.
Then they like, who wrote like a successful TV show.
Yeah. And you're sort of just like, oh, I am basically just an insane person talking to you right now.
I'm literally trying to rub two sticks together to make fire, and I just saw a spark, and you're like in a spaceship looking down.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, it's so exciting that I just created fire, but then I just sort of glanced up at you and we're like, oh God. Yeah. But I still think, I don't know, maybe I already went through that whole dark night of the soul that you're in right now.
I don't know. I mean, it just really... I really hadn't felt it before till this point, you know? And maybe it is because it's like realer now, and like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want me to read another?
Yeah, please. Let's read another thing about why I hate you. Or
I remind Luke of the people he went to school with that would call his interests gay.
No.
No?
No. The guys that would call my interest gay were like way stronger than you were.
But I would hang out with those guys.
No, I know who you'd hang out with.
No.
You'd hang out with the other nerds.
No, buddy.
But you're a jock in the sense that you did fucking cross country, bro.
Bro, I was not an athlete. My older brother was attractive. And so from first grade, the cool kids were just like, you hang out with us. And I was firmly in that group, and I called many people many of the F slur in my day.
But I also did.
So I was
a bully.
Interesting.
Well, I a little bit. Like in high school, I was sort of just so fucked up on like drinking and smoking weed all the time.
Were you in the stoner group or whatever?
The stoner group that was mean, like that were constantly like my friends were doing stuff like stealing shit from people's houses.
Whoa, yeah, okay, I kind of know that. How many people were in your grade?
Well, this is what's different too, because it's I went to an all boys school, but these are my main friend group was outside of school and went to public school.
Oh, okay, yeah, we did not. We were completely insular.
Yeah,
and there were 4 groups of guys.
In my and I was part of the like. By the end, it was like I did theater, and then I like also was like friends with the jocks that played World of Warcraft.
The jocks that played World of Warcraft.
Here's the thing, dude. You don't understand all boys school because like a lot of shit just can happen because there's not girls there. No one's really gonna give you that much shit for playing World of Warcraft,
bro.
Because they're all secretly playing fucking COD or World of Warcraft, bro.
My favorite Gary Gulman joke, which we don't need to get into him as
Please, let's get into him.
We don't need to get into his whole thing.
I find annoying,
but he has a great joke where he was like, "Man, when I was growing up, you couldn't even get away with drinking Sprite," and that was very much.
Yeah, that's where you were. Okay, yeah. All right. But did you go to like people from all over the world?
Yeah, so we were all.
I think that's the key, though. So it's like the universal language is bullying.
Well, it was also you stuck to kind of conventions, there was 4
race?
Groups. What?
What do you mean? Like racial conventions?
Well, there were definitely a lot of racism in my school, but like. There was kind of 4 groups. There was the kids who played sports.
Okay.
They were not cool, believe it or not, because we weren't like a sports school.
Oh, so you were in New York City.
Yeah.
So it's just like the rules are different.
So there were the kids who played sports. They were okay.
Yeah.
They were probably second level.
Okay.
In terms of, and we're talking about social clout, which is sort of an indefinable thing, but usually is just like who are the girls talking to the most kind of thing.
Of course, yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Then we had the stoner guys.
Uh-huh.
They were probably just below the sports kids.
Okay.
Then we had this large group that was just like nerds.
Yeah.
And that was maybe they had their own groups, but we weren't really paying attention.
They're basically like
but
animals.
there was kind of this, well, I wouldn't say, there was just sort of this large swath of like kind of nerdy guys who played tag during lunch on the roof.
Sure.
And then there was my group, which was just like guys who were like metrosexual basically. And
yeah,
yeah,
because you went to New York.
Yeah,
you were in, like, I know this because I went to Oberlin and I met so many kids like that from high school.
Yes,
it's like the art kids in New York, aka the rich kids. Also, even if you weren't, that was your friend group were rich kids.
Yes,
right.
Oh yes,
that's what it is.
That was the other sort of wrinkle is like because we were a UN school, we like my classmates were either like the son of a banker, or like a Nigerian guy who's like they drive me to school and otherwise we don't have money kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're saying I'm bragging about I did not have sex in high school. I was with these guys, but my friend group, they were always like, "Why are you always talking about art? Like you're such a loser. Like why are you're too?"
Huh? Because they want to go to clubs.
They were going to clubs. They were doing party or more party drug type things. Mm-hmm. They were really into just like beer pong and trying to hook up with women. Yeah.
I mean, that's what we were doing too. We were just really stoned too.
Yeah, and I guess I was kind of stoned.
Everyone.
Well, once you get like these guys weren't stoned, so they could sort of focus in. Yeah. Like I would get stoned and I'd be like, I'd love to
get too stoned and then
girl.
end up like just talking to each other in the basement.
Yeah,
because it was like, oh, we don't know. It's like the vibes here bad, but we were just like worried.
Yeah, we would, I would get stoned and they were all like, yeah, I'm freaking out right now. I need to have sex. I feel crazy. And I was sort of like, I could live with anything right now. My life's going any direction.
Uh-huh. I don't think there's a true one-to-one comparison here because it's like going to high school in New York City is such a specific thing. And then I went to an all-boys prep school where it was like the jocks were also like the sons of senators, and now they're all investment bankers.
That's really upsetting.
Senators, or on the track to be senators.
That's really scary.
Like, that's kind of its own.
That's going to give you some. You want to talk about existential dread when you see like a guy from your high school.
Let me tell you something. Growing up in DC you want to feel existential dread. Be surrounded by all the people whose parents control the world, and they're like the worst people you've ever met, the least interesting, the most plain.
Yeah,
like it's rough. Tough, dude.
That's really rough.
It's tough. Yes, the Maryland Greater DC Metro Boys High School meta is fucked up. That's goddamn right. Did I go to school with Chelsea Clinton? No, but I went down the fucking block from the school where she went and the Obama twins went. So suck on that.
Pele's daughter went to my school. Pele?
Yeah, a soccer player. I know.
Asa Akira went to my school.
I don't know who that
Porn
is.
Star.
Did you know her?
No, she was older than me.
That sucks.
But someone, she was doing like a Reddit AMA.
Luke's childhood GF mom is about to be a congresswoman. Yes. My first girlfriend's dad, do you know who he is? John Delaney. Remember the guy that ran for president in 2016?
No.
Yes. No. Summer Delaney was my girlfriend in 6th and 7th grade, bro. We did our 6th grade graduation party at their house. And I was like,
so pathetic, dude.
I know. And guess what? April Delaney, his wife, her mom, is now running for his seat because he's now going to be a senator or some shit.
He ain't going to be
So it's like, you know what I mean?
Maybe he is, actually. I don't fucking know. God.
He doesn't have the sauce to become president. He definitely has the sauce to be a congressman. He like worked for fucking SunTrust Bank, dude. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy.
These people really scare me. We haven't gotten a single call, I've noticed.
Yeah, they're just listening to us.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you were them, would you interrupt this? I mean, we're really getting into it.
I probably would have called in to tell you that things are going to be okay.
Please don't do that.
Do you want me to do another?
Yeah.
Some of these I feel like we've already sort of undercut.
See, you asked for it. Now they're going to call in and tell me to be okay. If it's to call in and tell me I'm going to be okay, hang up. Hang up. Let's do one more, and then we'll take a call.
We've sort of stepped on a couple of these, but when I do comedy with Luke, he finds me unnerving and doesn't like where I take things. So that one we've sort of treaded on.
I don't even know, like, what do you even mean by that?
Well, that's exact. Like
what are you talking about?
When I'm doing comedy with you, you're sort of like, okay, like
do it. But here's the thing:
you're like working around.
You've seen me do comedy.
Uh-huh.
I've done it many times on your show.
Yeah.
Is there any member of ENS I'm listening to? I'm always doing my own thing.
No, but I think it's not about listening. It's more about just like, I don't know. There's like a light in your eyes when you look at Jake or when you look at Rocky. And I just like don't feel that light. When you look at me, like I just...
What am I, your fucking priest? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know how else to say it.
It's the same issue as like outside of the Elysian, is you think when I'm looking at you, there's no light in my eyes.
I'm like... And that's probably the most
real thing. Do you feel it right now?
Yeah, like that's the most real thing I've managed to get out, and I think all of these episodes so far is that like...
You don't think I like you just fundamentally.
There's just like okay, so I threw a party last night.
Yeah.
And I'm wandering through this party, which you didn't come to, by the way.
Can I tell you why?
My
cat was shitting blood.
I'm so sorry.
And he's okay, thankfully.
All right. That's a good excuse.
All right.
I will say, and we can circle back on this, pretty much no one around everything now other than Jake attended this party. I invited the cast. Okay. I invited most of the regular guests.
Okay.
And literally only Jake showed up.
Okay.
Now, there were a ton of people at this party because I have 2 roommates. There were other people there. But I'm really reading into it that not a single person, like maybe 2 or 3 people I invited, like attended.
But they're not. You're not your. I mean, yeah, sure.
And they're not my friends. But then it's like, who is my friend?
I don't know.
Because we've established it's not going to be you. Now the point is, okay, sorry, I'm at this party.
Yeah, we took him to the emergency room. They think maybe he just has a colon inflammation, but it was just very scary because there was a lot of blood. Anyway,
I'm at this party and I'm walking around, and there are certain circles that you see that circle and you go, I don't want to join that circle. And then there's certain other circles you're like, oh, I really want to go talk to that person. And there's just, your face shifts. You know, when you look at that circle, you're kind of giving, and then when you look at that circle, you're kind of it's just sort of this part of you.
You think that I give you
Yes, I think like on an instinctive level, when you see me, there's an initial wrinkle in the face that's not one of joy, but one of like, okay, it's an interaction with Chris. Whereas I think like there's certain other people that like you or me, irrelevant. People will sort of look at you look at someone and you go like, oh, I'm excited.
Who do I look at in my life that I do that?
I mean, I just said like I see you look at Jake, or I see you look at Rocky, and it feels like there's like a little bit of like, oh, my friend Rocky, or like my great collaborator Jake, the guy who really sees me as the fifth Beatle, Jake. You know,
I think Jake sees me less than anyone as the fifth Beatle.
I'll tell you, I see you less than anyone as the fifth Beatle. I'll tell you that right now. Let's take the call.
I don't fucking like you, man.
Let's take the call.
Let's take a call. They hung up. You happy?
My dad just texted me something kind of crazy.
What, he's pissing on more fucking paintings or whatever?
No, but that was...
What's up, Tanner? You all
That's
right?
my best story.
Yeah, you didn't let me post it.
You did let you post it. I just couldn't share it because I didn't want my dad to see
it. Did I
it.
post it?
Yeah. It bombed, though. But it does great.
I mean, that's why.
When I tell it to people, they like that story. This feels so surreal and sort of, I don't know, weird. I don't know what it is or what it's for, but I enjoyed it. Something charming about it and the music. And
Megalopolis.
No, he sent me the music video for Beirut's song Vagabond.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Beirut's song Vagabond.
He said, I don't know what this is. It's a music video.
I'm not getting it back over the phone.
Oh, you aren't? Okay, hold on.
You feel like messing with it tonight?
Y'all follow the Everything Now show?
Yo, what's up?
If y'all ain't following the Everything Now show.
What up?
All right. You can hear it?
Hey, Luke.
Hey.
Yeah, it's Bowmore.
What's up, Bowmore? How you doing,
What's up, boss?
I'm calling in to tell you everything is going to be okay.
We said we don't want these calls, bro.
I told you I didn't want this, man.
Focus it on me. This is about giving me notes.
Look.
Give Chris a note.
You put Luke in a bad mood, man.
Well, so what do I do about that? There's I can't take any fucking action.
I was
from
already
that
in
note.
a bad mood, but yeah, I definitely was 100% sure Chris wasn't going to make it better.
I mean, there's an element to be said. Was the expectation of me arriving putting you in a bad mood?
No.
Okay. But Bowmore, what do I do with that? You said I put Luke in a bad mood. There's no action for me to take. I can't fix anything with that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just help him with. All I want to say, I'm gonna fuck it. You know what, Luke? I fix TVs and do healthcare customer service for a living. Your job is a fucking magical wonderland compared to mine. And Twitch got rid of PogChamp. They're getting better, and everything's gonna be okay.
They got rid of PogChamp.
Really? They got rid of PogChamp. Well,
doesn't that make you feel
better?
He
was at January 6th.
I guess tonight's the night I don't put that rope around the tree.
The rope around the tree feels more like you're doing a hate crime than you're killing yourself.
Yeah, well, it's directed at me. Yeah, that's fair, man. But that's not also like, I mean, what, that doesn't, but I appreciate it, Bowmore. I do.
It's clearly had the negative effect.
Healthcare is a rotten work environment.
It's so clearly.
But the idea is you find little ways to rise above, and you find little ways to connect with people and make it a little less rotten while you're there.
Well, that's
the mission. True. That's the meaning.
Thank you, man.
Have you seen Megalopolis yet?
Mm-mm.
I think you should see it.
I'm gonna go see it right now.
I think it really fixed something in my soul.
I'm supposed to go see a horror movie at 10 p.m. after this at Whammy.
Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
Remind you why you fell in love with the movie.
He's gonna sit there and frown through the horror movie.
Won't even be scary.
That's the worst way to watch a horror movie, to frown. That's not how you want to be when you're watching a horror movie.
I want to see Megalopolis too. It's too long though. Maybe I'll go see it tomorrow morning.
It's so good, dude.
Megalopolis. Bowmore, I love you, dog. I do appreciate you.
Thank you for the call, boss man.
Absolutely, man. You got everything. You got everything.
You got everything. I believe that. Do you believe that?
But I feel a bit like the sad clown,
Well,
the doctor I am.
I am the Luke man. I can't watch the Luke
man. Go watch
Chat
Hammers. It's on Tuesday nights. Funny show. Lots of funny guests. But doctor, I am the Luke man. Oh, shit. All right. See you later, Bowmore. I love you, dog.
You're feeling better already.
I am.
Feeling better already.
I want to be very clear to you and to everyone watching. This has nothing to do with the people that watch the show. Doing the show is the only thing I like. It's just all the stuff around it that can bum me out. Peace out, brother.
Peace out.
Take it easy.
I can't hang up on you because my mouse isn't working, so you got to do it. Yeah, it's truly, and I'm not just fucking saying that, man. It's like the show is fun. I like doing the show. What bums me out is the infrastructure that allows me to do the show.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir, brother.
Like, that's like kind of the whole thing. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I can give some behind the scenes from ENS. Like, we're all obviously trying to make the show more marketable.
Yeah.
That's happening both from just like the social media side. Hey, don't eat that. That's your mouse. That's happening both from like the social media side, but then also like trying to sort of shape the show to be more like clippable and consumable for like a first-time viewer.
That bum you out?
Immensely.
Yeah.
Like I am
but
having.
You're also literally seeing the results.
Exactly.
That's what's so fucked up.
Yeah, and that is sort of disheartening. But what I'll say, what helps me, and you don't get this. What helps me is that there's 4 of us, and I can, and it's not fair because I think a lot of times what happens is I end up leaving work on other people. But I think there are certain things that like some of the other guys can do that doesn't give them existential dread, and it gives me that. Mm-hmm. And I can sort of be like, they will do that. And I think we also still try to have a conversation around like, how do we preserve also the show?
But make it, I mean, and it's not like, it's like, let's be real. It's marketable, sure. What it is making it so we can sustain any sort of livelihood, any sort of live with any sort of fucking dignity, you know?
And not even live with dignity. Right now, it's like, can we live?
Yeah.
Like, can I do this as my job?
So it's impossible. I mean, it really is impossible. It's like either you like, yeah. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This question, this existential, it's like making videos, making clips, it bums me the fuck out, dude.
It is. Like, it is. That is, I think, the most.
But you have to do it.
You have to do it, and you know what? I hearken this back to entertainment, where there's similar levels of. You have to be your own manager. You have to be your own agent, or whatever. And what that does is that spawns a class of do-gooders who are more organized than they are talented. Mm-hmm. And the thing that makes me scared is seeing the way that this platform is that times 100. Where the things that do well, it has nothing to do with charisma. It has nothing to do with quality. It has nothing. It is literally just like who is good at using like a study book. Who's good at making lists and checking off their lists. Yeah. Those are the people who rise to the top. Maybe there's something to be said about that's like meritocracy because it's like hard workers. But I think to do that in a place where it's art and art is subjective and it's not it's not just output, it's not just volume. It's very dangerous to create that ecosystem.
Yeah. But why wouldn't they create that ecosystem? Because the more output there is, the more money is.
Exactly. I mean, so it just sort of creates its own loop.
Yeah.
But
the only art I've seen in the last 3 years of this is when Morgue Pie was playing Fortnite on her fucking ass.
That's beautiful.
You know what? Can I be honest? I thought that was fucking beautiful. I'm not kidding. I'm like, you literally figured out to make a way to make porno streaming like kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds insane, and I know that it sounds like I'm kidding. I'm really not. I found that deeply inspired in a way where I said, honestly, yeah. You found a way. What is creation? It's art is making something with a limited set of tools to make an output, right? Like that's all it is. You don't have unlimited resources. You have these resources to this output, these resources to this output. And she said, okay, I'm going to find a way to be horny in a new way. And it was fucking inspired. And it was so inspired, they banned it.
Yeah, because it broke the form. I look at Uncle Joe and I go, I could not describe what Uncle Joe's show is to anyone. But when I sit down and it's on, I'm like, I cannot look away from this.
I know.
It's so compelling.
Yeah.
And what he's doing is so like guttural. It's like so not anything you can intellectualize. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think the means are all there. It's just how do you sneak past the guards, which the guards in this case are like a YouTube algorithm that's like cryptic and unclear.
And maybe, doing Holly Luke Shapes at TwitchCon was a bit sneaking past the guards and really going the fuck off with the Chevron background.
Yeah, I think once you have the Chevron background, you really snuck around the guards for sure.
Yeah.
Do we want to do another?
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, me too.
I can tell you're not, and it's okay that you're not. I'm having a good time, and I don't feel like I'm imposing my good time on you.
You like to be honest with your emotions, though. I don't really like to do this.
I know. But I don't feel like I'm imposing on you because I'm doing your show. Mm-hmm. So this is like a net benefit to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or maybe, who knows?
But it's like I should be so grateful that you're here.
Not you should be so grateful, but I don't feel indulgent right now.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm bringing you into my space.
You don't feel indulgent about talking about this kind of stuff. You kind of talk about it endlessly.
I would argue I kind of only talk about this stuff sort of on stream in these settings. I sort of wait for these moments to bring it because, and I've talked about this. I've talked about this as well. Like, I probably wouldn't say a lot of the stuff I've said to you right now,
right,
one-on-one, if the mics weren't here. But now that there's this, now that there's this TV
Obviously,
here,
the clips from this episode are gonna do numbers. I can't wait. Magdalena, if you're watching this, my editor, enjoy this. You're really seeing another piece of me with this one. I almost don't want to send it to her.
we can like try to cue some up later. We can try to run some potential.
We can do some clips later.
Yeah. What was I in the middle of saying? Couldn't matter. Bro, that's not how you pronounce her name. Hey, it's the Go Off Kings.
Yeah. Shit. Well, that's tough because now that's in the record. Madalena. I don't know. We don't say each other's names because I talked to her one-on-one.
Magdalena, like the Frank Zappa song.
Shit, man.
I wonder which Go Off King it is.
Well, I know it's Jesse because she's also the editor for YKS.
Okay.
We do share editors. Jesse, hooked me
Chat,
up with
what
her.
was I
She's
just
awesome.
talking
She's
about?
been crushing it. She's literally doing such a good job. I love the way she edits the clips. It's awesome.
Oh, what I was saying was I wouldn't normally talk to you this way, but because there's this sort of fake
Madalena. What did Magdalena.
Magdalena. Like the
Magdalena.
It's like the Frank Zappa song. I think it's Magdalena. Anyway, because there's a sort of implied like there's an audience there, I feel like you are willing to go with me in a way you wouldn't normally be willing to go with me. And maybe what I'm doing right now in a kind of unsettling way that I kind of caught is clown. Maybe this is...
Don't talk about clown, man.
Maybe this is kind of clown if you think about it.
But Madalena. Okay, so I threw a G in there. My bad.
But I'm
sorry, Madalena.
My real belief is that this is a good opportunity to like be more open with you in a way I wouldn't be able to be in our day-to-day life. So that I do think you walk away from each time I guest on the show understanding me a little bit more as a human being. Do you think that as well, Luke?
Not really. I kind of feel like I've understood you the same. I feel like I get it.
Do you?
I don't know. Now I'm lashing out at you though, so I don't.
No, that's okay.
No,
and not a single person has called in to give me a note. I'm sort of stunned at it.
I know. I think that's because we've hit a level tonight where it wouldn't even really be fun to do that. Your viewers actually would do it.
I think they can do it.
Actually do it. You're on hold. Oh shit. Okay, sorry, I missed these calls. All right.
I have a couple more. On here that I think are still new territory.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, good. Do you want me to start with that or call? Oh, we got
shit.
Some calls.
Oh shit. Sorry.
We got like 9 calls.
Sorry, guys.
Luke.
I missed all these. All right. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Chris. Hey, it's Jason. How's it going?
Jason.
What up, Jason?
I'm good. I had some criticisms for Chris, as requested.
Perfect.
Great.
Which chatter is this?
Behemoth.
Or maybe not even. Yeah.
Cool. I'm ready.
Long time, many time.
Thank you. And you're someone who I enjoy your chats.
You've been talking about. Oh, well, thank you, Chris.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just saying that to
and I
butter
really
you up,
enjoy
Jason. Don't take the bait.
Not true. It's earnest. It's true.
It's funny that someone. It's funny that someone was watching this 10 minutes ago and said, "God, I really want to follow this channel." Shit, this is fucking good. This is what I'm fucking looking for.
You're welcome, bro.
Yeah. Jason, please go ahead.
What's the note?
I'll preface this by saying, Chris, I really love your work on ENS and everything that you do.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah, you don't need to do that shit. Just cut to the chase, man.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, because Chris gave me a compliment, I thought it was a nice thing to do. It seems like a lot of the stuff you've been bringing up has been about like your sort of concern that Luke is not actually your friend, even though he appears friendly, and maybe generally speaking, like when you talked about throwing the party that the other ENS guys and other ENS folks didn't really show up to, that it sounds like you're generally worried that people are not actually friends with you, although they are friendly with you.
I would say that's exactly right. I would say it's that in LA, it's hard to find real people in what we do. There's a lot of fake LA people out here. And so, like, you know, it's just, there's like a lot of, there's
clout shit is funny.
Yeah.
Bro.
So for me, that is a real insecurity I have.
I know the attitude, and I also know the New York attitude a lot too, and I think that's maybe a similar thing that you like coming from New York and then to LA. I think that's a pretty crazy 1-2 punch. Of like worried that there's like so much artifice just going around in your day-to-day conversation.
Totally.
But I think, you know, when you talked about like when you're worrying about like, oh, Luke doesn't laugh. I don't think Luke is genuinely laughing at my things. I don't know that like Luke actually enjoys me as like an ENS cast member or as a friend. I think these are like these and like the people who you invited to the party that like maybe didn't show up. These are people who are pretty consistently in other aspects of your life showing up for you. Like Luke asked you to be on the show. I'm sure like a lot of the people who show up and do ENS like guests week in and week out, like they're doing it because they like showing up for you.
I think they do it because they get stuff out of me.
What do they get? What does John Gabris get out of it?
Okay, well, Gabris doesn't do it because he likes me. Gabris is doing it because everything now, it's an interesting show or whatever.
Yeah.
Gabris isn't doing it because like, oh, that Chris guy was so fun to talk. You want to talk about a guy who I really think does not like me? It's John Gabris. It's every time I've been in a room with him, I'm like, wow, this guy just doesn't like my vibe.
It's interesting because I think in many ways, me and John Gabris kind of have a similar vibe.
I could see that. I could really see that.
So maybe it's.
I don't know. I think I hear what you're saying.
I agree, Jason.
Jason, I hear what you're saying, but I disagree. I think doing the Everything Now show is not showing up for Chris. That's a whole different thing. Me doing Luke's show, while it was nice that he asked me, I had to ask him like 3 times.
You never ask me to hang out, though.
I would never.
So
I would be petrified to do that. Are you kidding me?
Okay, but then that's the thing. This is a you problem, man.
If you got a text from me being like, bro, let's go to the park right now, or
I would do that with anyone. I wouldn't do that with Wyatt. I wouldn't do that with my best friends. So you're like, do you want to go see a movie? I'd probably say no because I'm busy, but I wouldn't say no because I don't like you.
Well,
because I'd say no because I'm 31 years old and I hang out with the same 4 people over and over again.
And that's why I would never hit you up to hang out with you.
Right, but that has nothing to do with you.
I think it has a little to do with me.
The only people that I would do that with are literally Wyatt, who I've known for 10 years, David, who I've known for 10 years, and that's it, brother.
Am I right in saying that there was an episode of Everything Now that you did with Branson Reese, and as you walked into the garage, you went, Branson and I just grabbed dinner before this?
Yeah, but that's because me and but
interesting.
Shit. I mean, all right, hold on.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we and Branson had gone to a wedding. We were kind of becoming new friends. You know what I mean?
Oh, like you were doing stuff together.
But we fucking see each other once a month. You and I see each other.
You were on a trip together.
You and I see each other more than most people. You know that, right?
That to me means, oh, that's someone who's in my life enough that I would want to go grab a meal with them or something. You know?
I already am seeing you though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, I got my fill.
We aren't good enough friends for me to hit you up on a random Saturday to get brunch.
Luke flew out to Nashville just to have lunch with me. That's JF.
That's not true. I was there for a wedding.
Oh, so you did go. You
did go to Nashville.
Yeah, because Katie's from there.
Jason, what's up?
Well, I think we've gotten maybe a little far afield, and I think that me focusing this on the ENS thing too much maybe got a little pointed.
That's fine.
It's all pointed, brother. This is what Chris wants. He comes on here and he wants this to happen.
I do.
And usually my defenses are up enough that I can make it fun, but they're too fucking low. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to fucking say what I think.
I'm really enjoying myself.
Here's what I think. You're too fucking sensitive, man, and maybe I am too.
You know that's one of my notes?
Yeah. You do comedy, motherfucker. Yeah. It's not for sensitive people.
But I'm a sensitive little boy. I have here, Luke doesn't like how insecure I am, and he feels like every interaction we have is under a microscope.
But maybe that's because that's because you're the kind of person that would do this in the first place. So I don't think it's crazy for me to assume that it would be that I would like you put things under a microscope, so that's not crazy.
Okay, but it's true.
But sometimes I think this is a level. Jason, I'm sorry to leave you on. Hold on. Jason, say the last thing you want to say, and then we'll let you go because I have something big I need to say.
Yeah,
to Chris.
so this would be the main. This would be the main thrust of my point that I was trying to get to. That I think ties into what Chris just said to you. I think that insecurity, like I have rejection sensitive dysphoria. That's something I've dealt with a lot, like in my personal life and in therapy. Just afraid that people are like just sort of faking their interactions with me, or that they will cast me aside as soon as I'm not useful or always putting on a show. I think that when you do that, and when you're concerned that people are putting on a show, there's artifice there, that it does kind of become self-fulfilling, that you're putting the responsibility for that worrying about friendship on those people around you when they're often just trying to be your friend. And that can become a thing that I think is kind of self-devouring and can be dangerous. And I totally understand where it comes from.
I think what you've described is exactly my relationship with Luke. I think you've sort of hit the nail on the head of this is exactly how I interact with Luke. It's the poison pill of our dynamic. We'll never come out of this. We'll never get past it.
Jason, thank you for calling in, because I think I've got a good fucking way to sum this up. Thank you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here's what it is. And I mean this, and I think we have good conversations, but when we're talking about this specific dynamic, you act like a fucking sad sack about stuff like this.
Yes.
You're insecure, blah, blah. And you know what my reaction to that is? Yeah, so am I. Deal with it. You're in fucking entertainment. Shut the fuck up.
But what if it didn't have to be that way?
Why? Because it doesn't work if we're all talking about how insecure we are all the time, because that's a given. Everybody who does this shit is insecure.
Like,
it's insecure to make your living somehow that there's 100 people watching you and I have this conversation. It already doesn't make any sense. But to hold it under a microscope, it would drive anyone mad.
Or you the only way out is through, you know?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because I've been doing this shit for 10 fucking years, and I know yes, sometimes talking about your insecurities can be helpful with a loved one occasionally, but you are the type of person, Chris, where you talk about your insecurities and you bring them up and they are the forefront of your mind and you bring them to other people. And I'm also someone, my insecurities are at the top of mind, but I purposely put up a guard because I don't think it's truly on some level polite to bring it up to someone.
And what is that guard that you're putting up?
The guard that keeps me from blowing my brains out because I didn't have a viral TikTok every single day.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Put that guard in practice. What does that look like?
Not being so fucking sensitive because someone didn't give you the right light in their eyes when they looked at you.
What you're doing is saying dull yourself. You're saying blind yourself.
I'm not saying dull yourself.
You're saying stab yourself in the eyes over and over again so you don't have to see what's in front of you.
Oh, great. We got a raid. What's up, Crucified Scoob? That's a funny guy from the internet. I'm so glad he's going to watch us do this.
Let's get another call in.
Yeah, great.
Do you want I already did the thing about the insecurity, which seems like that we've kind of nailed something there, it feels like.
But I don't think we have, because I don't think you understand my point. I really don't.
I absolutely understand your point.
Or you don't understand why I would put up guards? What's confusing about it?
Okay, then you don't understand. I don't understand how you have an effective guard. If I had an effective guard, I would have an effective guard.
I don't.
Well, you just said you
do.
But
I keep it in here.
But then you do.
That's the guard.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But the guard is just not saying every single fucking insecurity that pops into my head out loud. That's the only guard there is.
Right. But
that's
what I'm
not
saying,
a guard. That's the social construct that we all are part of as people.
Absolutely. And what I'm saying is when the moment comes to have that door be closed, your door is closed. And mine's open.
Why?
I don't know, Luke. So I'm going to you, and I'm going, give me the thing to close the door.
Close it.
I'm asking you.
Don't. Okay, first of all, here's the idea I pitched Chris. So, and I knew he would fucking bite at this. I knew it would, because I knew it would this would sink. He'd want to sink his little fucking canines into this. I said, I knew that you would love to do a show where you came in and got to say all the things you think I don't like about you.
Yes.
That's sick.
Why is that sick?
That's sick. If someone asked me to do that, I wouldn't do it.
Why?
Because I would not put when I'm coming to a place Would I do it interpersonally? Maybe. But we're doing a show right now.
Yeah.
Why would you ever want to do that in this context?
I would compare what I'm doing right now to the girl putting Fortnite on her ass. I would say that these people want a parasocial relationship. Yes. I would say that there is an element to this that it's supposed to be just chatting, a parasocial relationship where you see us at our real selves. No. But it's always shut up. I'm cooking on this.
All right.
But it's artifice. It's all artifice. We all go on there and we have these forced little grins and we're going, hey, chat, what's up? Okay, yeah, this is kind of how I act all the time. Bullshit. So what I'm going is I'm going to lean into the skid. So rather than go like, I don't get insecure about anything. I'm here watching chat. It's so fun to be on chat. This is great. I'm going, hey, I'm going to tell you all that you make me scared. QAnon Israel, I'm going to tell you that you make me scared. I don't like this. When I'm sitting next to this guy right now, we're trying to create the illusion that we're two guys gaming and having a good time. I'm worried he doesn't like me. In this moment, I'm like, I did permanent damage to my friendship with Luke today. There's no going back from that. And I would say, rather than create this complete bullshit thing where we're just like, hey, we're two guys talking about whatever, I'm going to cut that thing in half and I'm going to go, we're two guys really uncomfortable that our job is now to be sitting in this garage looking at you. That is scaring us both on an existential level. In this moment, I'm scared that my relationship with Luke is not going well. And so rather than try to masquerade and pretend that's not happening, I'm going to put Fortnite on my ass. I'm going to show it all. I'm going to just jump to the chase. I'm going to say we all know why we're here. You want to know what I'm thinking because you want to have a parasocial relationship with Luke. That's what this is about.
It's parasocial because it's entertaining.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the voice in the room.
But this isn't entertaining.
I think people are entertained.
I mean, maybe it is a sort of...
I think Frodo's Bussy's having a great time right now. I think Pepto-Bismarcky is having a great time right now.
I saw your message. Yeah, I feel like I'm... Yeah, so what you're liking about this is that
QAnon Israel likes us more after this.
You're liking the voyeurism of this moment. It's like when you listen to a podcast and the two hosts are fighting. So I like that. So I understand liking that.
They're all liking it.
But if this was what it was every day... If this is what it was every day...
I wouldn't do this show every day. But I'm coming in and I'm bringing something to the show.
But why?
Because I think it's interesting.
Why?
I think this is interesting.
That's clowning. No, you've described fucking clowning, man.
No, it's not.
Yes, you have.
Don't say that to me.
You have.
Absolutely not.
You've described fucking clowning.
No.
Yes.
Because clowning is trying to make the audience feel bad. I'm not trying to do that. Or not feel bad. Sorry. It's creating the relationship with the audience. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do it with you right here, right now. And they are watching us do that. But I'm not trying to make them part of the show.
Well, inherently they are because you've invited them to call in and offer their own thoughts. So
that's an interactive improv show. That's not clowning. That's different. Wow, yeah, this is the doctor going, instead of saying go see Pagliacci, it's the doctor going, I'm telling you, you are Pagliacci.
And he's insane. He's like, what? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Do we have another call? Let's do another.
We got a bunch of calls, man. We got 3 in the queue. Hey.
Hello?
What up?
Oh, is it me? Hi. It's Amelia.
Hi, Amelia.
What up?
I called in like a year ago at this point, I feel like, when I was just starting to watch ENS.
Yeah. And I think you gave some of the
And I believe I
to
gave
Chris.
Notes then.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. And
right.
Have I fixed,
I
fixed
did.
any of the problems you were having with me?
Specifically, it was that, like, you attached yourself to a bit for like a month and ran with it.
Do I still do that?
But now, no, I don't know if it's like, I don't notice it as much because I've been watching for so long. The months are like nothing now, but I haven't noticed it either way, whichever it is.
You like taking it out.
Okay, so that's good.
I would say,
what are you noticing?
I think Yeah, I think this is for criticism for you. I don't know if I have necessarily too particular criticism for you, but maybe for the show as a whole. Earlier you mentioned how you were trying to,
keep it towards me and not everything now, because those boys work really hard, and I think people will assume that, and you're giving us feedback and helping, and it sometimes can come off as kind of critical. So I think if you're going to direct any notes, I'd like you to not do Luke and not do the Everything Now show as a whole, or the boys who run it, because they work very hard.
If I get a note tonight, I will Minecraft myself.
Please don't give Luke notes. But what I was just going to say is I'll let you go from here, Amelia, and I'll just say try to focus it on me if you can.
Totally fair. I will say so far through this show, I remember you did another one with Luke that I heard was really good, and I never watched the VOD for that one. Never ended up finishing that one. But through this show, I think you've been incredibly real. I think it is valuable. I think that Luke is right. That it wouldn't be good every day. I don't think you can have this kind of conversation both for yourself every day and for an audience.
I got bad news about that first one.
I think doing this every day would probably fuck you up from the inside more. And I also, I won't say that you're right in a lot of your feelings, but I 100% feel the same as you in a lot of ways, in terms of
you don't think they like me?
Mentioned not that people don't like me.
Oh, okay. Do you think the other Everything Now guys like me?
I think yes, I do. I would say I think they like you.
Okay.
I can try to think about it a little more.
I would think about it a little more, and maybe that's a topic we can.
I think Grant didn't like you so much he quit.
I thought that too.
Yeah,
but apparently that's not the case.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Sorry, Amelia, and I have one thing I'd like to say to him, but please go ahead.
No, go ahead. I could use some jumping off.
Well,
points.
here's the thing. Go ahead. Don't you think there's a form of because this is what do you want to know what it earnestly is? I'll tell you exactly what it is right now. Yeah. I think there's a form of selfishness in what you're doing and asking for this amount of. There's an amount of assuming anyone is thinking about you at all, that is inherently the exact same sort of fake, stupid bullshit that you resent in others out here so much. But it's just another shade of the same fucking color of blue, bro.
That I have to push back on.
Yes, I
don't know about that. I don't think
he doesn't look at me with the same light in his eyes. Brother, you're just some guy to me.
That's my point.
Most people are some guy to me.
Luke, that's my point, dude. But I think to say that people... Look, I can look at every single you can line up 8 billion people on Earth, and you can make me look at each one of them. And I'm going to have, for about 99.999% of them, a largely similar reaction where I go, I don't really know who this person is.
Right.
But with all the people I know, each one I will meet with different eyes. And to deny that, to say that's not happening.
Obviously it's happening.
Then that's all I'm saying. But you know what? You're right. It's selfish of me to thrust this conversation onto you. Because it's awkward.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable. We think these things about each other, but what good does even talking about it get to?
Exactly.
I think my response to that is it's funny.
I don't think it's funny.
I think it's funny.
You legitimately think this is funny?
I legitimately think.
You think it's funny? Most of what that we've done tonight is funny.
Yes.
I think parts have been.
Yes.
You think it's funny that you got me real screaming at you 10 seconds ago?
Yes.
What's funny about that?
I think
it's partially funny. I think it's interesting most of all. I think this is very interesting.
Funny or funny interesting. That's something you'd say when you'd see a fucking alt comedy bit that didn't make you laugh exactly.
Well, I am sort of
comedy,
alt.
Brother.
I am sort of alt in my sensibilities. I can't control that.
Be a fucking playwright then.
No, I'm not a playwright. That's not me. That's disingenuous. We just talked about how I can't write anything down.
Nick Chris isn't being a character right now, even if he is doing something because he thinks it's funny.
Exactly.
I know that he's not being a character right now.
I think what I'm doing...
And I think that's what makes it interesting. He's not this every day. You know, like, that someone who watches the Everything Now show.
Hold on, though.
This
that is the
3 times a year.
You are. Yes, you're in a heightened place where you're doing more of it, but you're always kind of like this
And
with
so
me.
Now we've sort of hit it. Now we've hit it. Luke doesn't like me.
No.
We've got it.
No.
Folks,
no.
We've got it.
No.
We hit it.
No.
Luke doesn't like me because I bring
like
too much anxiety to him.
I
put stuff on him. And so So when he's around me, he's going, ugh, it's Chris. It's the guy who I have these awful interactions with. I don't want to do this. He's going to analyze everything about this whole thing. This sucks. I'll do my little skits with him right now, and then I'm moving on because I like his show, and and Jake and Rocky are really great. But I don't think, we got it. It took 3 episodes. It took
Captain
2
Oblivion
years.
said it. Captain Oblivion said it. I think you're mixing up Luke doesn't like this particular facet of me with Luke doesn't like me.
No, I think that's fair. You can say that Luke doesn't like this particular facet of me.
I don't.
But
I've been very clear about that. It's the first time we did this.
I think it paints the overall lack of wanting to be around me.
You look at this picture, you look at that part of yourself as the entirety of yourself.
I think Luke is getting frustrated, and I think you're basically prying it out of him. You're basically making the frustration in him. You're like basically trying to get the reaction you think he has from you.
And that is what is annoying about you. Do you understand?
But what I'm hearing is, Chris, you're annoying.
No, exactly.
And that's what I was wanting
selfish.
to.
But do you understand? That's selfish. What you're doing. Hold on. Amelia, hold on. I need to. I love you. I gotta let you go. I need to say this to him, and it's with love. With love. What is annoying is that you can't see that it's more than that. Is that you do think it's just I'm calling you annoying. And that's what's frustrating, and that's what's off-putting, because that is a form of selfishness. A form of selfishness is to be like, I guess he just doesn't like me, and not to go, my actions have consequences.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a whole other thing. I don't want to create the impression that I didn't deserve that. That's you're implying that I'm like, all I've ever done is be nice to Luke, and I'm just trying to be his friend, and he's being so mean to me. No. But I'm not putting this on you in any way.
Well, you are.
No.
You are.
I'm saying, don't lie to me. That's all I'm saying.
If someone comes up to you, and I understand we're in the context of the show, but let's take this. If we want to go the sort of what this show is we're doing a heightened version of something that could happen in reality. Sure, right? Sure. We're both on the same page about that. We're on the same page about art. I don't want to get bogged down in the details of the philosophies of what performance is.
Okay.
But what I will say to you is that in general, when you go up to someone and you say something like, when you look at me, you don't have the same light in your eyes as someone else. That is annoying.
Okay,
that is not a fair thing to do to other people.
Before everything now, when the thing's about to roll, do I turn to you and go, how come you're not giving me the light in your eyes?
You basically have done shit like that to me.
I do not think so. We are deep into a conversation where we're getting into it in that level, but I'm not going up to you and being like, hey, make me feel better about myself right now.
I feel like there are times outside of these shows we've done where you have been like, you just like really didn't want to talk to me outside of the Elysian. And maybe I'm
that happened on this show. We talked about that on this show.
Yeah, maybe that's all it is.
I think it's just I have with you. We've sort of breached that, and
we've breached the social contract.
Well, if you
want to breach this with more people?
No. And I'll say this: maybe if you and I hung out more, if you were like, if I was a guy you wanted to be around, we would have more interactions. No, I'm saying
that's
this
not
for
fair,
real,
though, because this is my point. You are putting this on me. You're constantly in all of this stuff making it my problem.
Now I think you're doing the thing you accused me of, which is you're hearing something I'm saying, which is you don't like me, and you're going, I'm saying you're being mean to me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're treating me unfairly. I'm not saying you're doing anything you shouldn't be doing.
But that's disingenuous.
What do you mean that's disingenuous?
Because unless you are a sociopath, the social construct is such, if someone says you're being mean to me, and unless that person, there's something fucking wrong with them, they'll go like, I'm sorry. Like, it is eliciting a response out of them. And maybe it's just the people pleaser in me. I don't know. But I think most people, if you say something like that to them, they want to fix it and they want to make it right.
I guess so, but I think you're inferring that I'm living my life by going up to people and going, you hate me, don't you? And
you are internally.
I think I'm thinking it, but I'm not seeking that validation in others. I think I do a good job. I really do. I think I do a good job of going like, I have my anxieties, I have my insecurities, but I'm not going up to people and being like I'm not going into the Everything Now Slack and being like, I bombed that bit tonight, didn't I? Like, I'm not going to do that shit. Yeah. You know, I understand the
fair enough.
But if we're in this setting.
But you know what's so tough is now at this point, the most times we've talked to each other are in this context.
Absolutely.
So our relationship now is built around you and I doing this.
So then you are mad. Yeah. And it's weird because thank you for the bits QAnon Israel.
It does, but it feels like
Chris, why don't you pick another contestant? What the fuck?
Was it just playing?
It just started, but the sound was off.
Weird.
Oh.
What happened?
QAnon Israel played Chris's Troubles for 400 bits.
What's my troubles?
I don't think I...
Can I hear that again? Can we play that free?
Oh, I think it's when you said you're a racist VTuber.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
that's what it is.
I was very insecure about that. I'll say this too, Luke, and I'm worried that this has done permanent damage to our friendship that will exist outside the show. And even when the camera goes off and you and I will be chummy about this, like that will sort of linger. I'll also say, you want to talk about earlier, you were saying you kind of go a roundabout way. You can work your way up or you can go around the side. I think there's a world you and I can be like, can have like a really nice friendship out of this, where we've skipped a lot. We've kind of jumped ahead to a lot of the knowing about each other in a more earnest way through this sort of uncomfortable bit that you don't like.
Yeah, I played the racist VTuber one. Thank you. I don't know why we can't hear it.
In chat, do we think the Everything Now guys like me?
I think that we were, and I think this has made it worse.
What?
This.
You think? I would say tonight was a step backwards.
I think tonight, because I feel like we were talking a lot at TwitchCon. We've just like chilled more, and this I feel like we've taken a step the wrong way. If I'm being honest with you, if I gun to my head,
I would agree. I think tonight was probably. I think we can fix it after the stream.
But I want to tell you, it's fair that it's a fair criticism of what I am saying, that this is not how you act in normal life. Because I think maybe I've become under the impression it is how you act in your normal life. Because now it's most of my interactions.
No, you're right that if I was in like a business meeting and I was like, "Are you all mad at me?" Like that's kind of crazy. Yeah. Like you're right that there's like a set and a setting.
Right.
I do think going back to like this is a setting that there is this weird parasocial element where like they want to sort of see me. It's kind of fun to go so far in the other direction that I'm like I'm open to the point that they're like, okay, I didn't want this. Kind of make you smoke a whole pack of cigarettes kind of thing. But I also just think it's interesting.
Steve says, like, honestly, this went way better compared to last
That's
time.
interesting. Steve, feel free to call in.
I was sort of real yelling there for a second.
I was getting into it.
Yeah.
I sort of built what I was doing artistically as I was saying it, and it felt right. Like I didn't.
What felt right though? You felt good that you expressed yourself.
I felt good that I expressed myself for sure, but I also think sometimes I do things and I can't explain why I'm doing them.
And you know why you're doing it now.
That moment
to torture me?
No, we just talked about this. Let's get another call.
Can you also, do we have anything more on the list?
We've really hit a lot of the stuff. Luke doesn't like how insecure I am.
That's true. Yeah. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
There's one more we can get into. What's up, caller?
Hey, is this me?
Yeah.
Is this Robbie?
Hey, Robbie.
What up, Robbie?
What do you think about all this, Robbie?
Oh, sick. I have a note for Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, so Chris, we have heard plenty of reasons why you think Luke doesn't like you, all of which have been correct. But we haven't heard them said with like a comedic bent. Is there a way that you can rephrase the things you said earlier or find new reasons and say them with sort of a comedic angle to them?
Like they're a monologue joke almost?
I think almost like Robbie Kirby, like almost like a Rodney Dangerfield take my life. Yeah, Luke doesn't like me. He doesn't like me so much. There's no light in his eyes when he looks into my eyes.
Well, okay,
like
I get what you're saying, but I don't think it would be that. It's like Luke. There's no light in Luke's eyes when he looks at me. You'd think you just, you think you just walked into and then some place that would be like a blackout zone. There's no light in his eyes when you looked at me. You think you just walked into the damn bat cave when he sees me.
Like that, Robbie? Is that what you're talking about?
That's good. That's basically funny.
Yeah.
That's basically funny. I think it's got the confines of something that would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I watch this show to laugh.
Okay, I got one. Luke thinks I'm pretentious and arrogant. He thinks I should be hung in the Louvre. Actually, he just thinks I should be hung. Is that something?
I would say, I think you should be hung in the Louvre. Yeah, by a fucking noose.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do another one.
That's awesome.
let's see what else we got here. Now that Grant left,
Johnson's Total Geek the first.
Now that Grant left, I'm Luke's least favorite cast member. Now what can we do with that? Now that Grant left, I'm Luke's least favorite cast member.
Yeah. And this guy doesn't even talk like he is in a black and white movie.
Yeah, that's. What if it's like before Grant left? I mean, there's an easy one, which is before Grant left, I was still Luke's least favorite cast member. That one's simple. But I think it could be before I left. Grant or Luke wanted to, and then it's like I was his number one serial killer target or something like that. Like it was before. It was like more vitriolic than it even was taste. I heard a little yawn on that one. Am I right, Robbie?
You started just doing the thing. It wasn't really funny, was it, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm getting tuckered out.
Okay. All right, Robbie, stay with me. Stay with me.
Stay with me, man.
Okay, this was the one we didn't get to talk about yet. Luke wishes we had more things in common. That's one.
No.
You don't think that? You don't wish we had more things in common?
I don't really.
You just don't think about me in general.
No, I don't. To be honest, there's something I know about myself is I don't really think about people in terms of how much in common I have with them because I usually like finding things out about people.
Okay, Luke wishes we had more in common, like that we were both going to heaven.
Because I'm going to hell because I'm Jewish?
Or no, just because like you think I'm a bad guy or something.
Right.
Luke wishes we had more things in common, like that we both have souls.
Yeah, because I'm Jewish.
No, again, you'd be turning it at me. I'm Jewish too. That doesn't even.
Yeah, but you don't really associate with that side, do you? Based on the stuff you post.
What do you mean based on the stuff I post? You post a lot of stuff too. I know you only do it for appearances, but still posting them.
What is that supposed to mean?
You've told me how you post about the Palestine stuff because you know it's good for your career.
It would be. Here's the thing. In what world, based on this, will we have a friendship even that I would ever, even if it was true, why would I ever say that to you? I don't even like you. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't.
And he said it. And we got it.
It doesn't add
we
up.
got the quote. Pull it,
I'm
folks.
not going to say that to a guy
I don't even like you. Pull it. Pull it.
I'd say that to like a close friend or my girlfriend. I'm not going to say that to some random fucking guy.
You only say that to your close friends.
Nasty.
You only say that to your close friends.
Guess what? Because I'm doing a fucking fundraiser for Palestine with Kayvon again.
That's going to be great for your career, yeah. Any other thoughts, Robbie?
Yeah, next one I'll do is about Armenia.
Yeah, you're not going to get shit out of that. I'll tell you that one.
Pointless.
Pointless. Are you happy?
No, that was great.
This is what you wanted.
Go off, King said clip it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Robbie.
Hopefully, if we play our cards right, maybe DBJ will give us the raid from his subathon, and then we have to explain to hundreds of people what we're doing here.
Let's go.
There's absolutely no way we're going to do that. We're going to get off before that. All right.
I'm having a great time. Jake, note for Chris.
All right. Let's get a note for Chris. Hey, Jake. Welcome to the program. What's your note for Chris?
Hey, Luke. Hey, Chris.
This is a different Jake.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Chris. Yeah, man, I think I have a note for Chris, but I have a question first.
Okay.
A clarifying question. Chris, have you ever done therapy?
Yeah, I since I was a kid.
Too much of it, you might say.
That's, I think, what the going theory is.
Well, then my note is that you should go to therapy more, or perhaps.
I really think it's less. Jake, I hear what you're saying, but I really think it's less.
Going to old school like Woody Allen and analysis.
I do tell my dreams to my therapist. That's real. Yeah. I think I need to go. I think I need to go to therapy.
You need
less.
to lift some fucking weight, son.
That's true.
Legitimately.
I think it's get into the sun. I'm trying to start.
Well, I think that would help you a lot.
I'll take my shirt off when the stream's over, and you can see. I'm
not trying to. I'm just
working
saying,
a little bit.
Sometimes it's the simplest things are actually what British people. They don't even believe in therapy. You know that?
Yeah, and they're doing great over there.
They're doing great.
Jake, I really appreciate that. I hear what you're saying, but I do think this is a problem of thinking too much, not enough.
Listen, I mean this sincerely as someone who has been going to therapy for a long time.
And sorry to make the show continue to not be funny, but
I just have to disagree with everyone saying the show hasn't been funny. I'm just gonna, but yeah. What's up?
I know I've felt a lot of the same feelings that you have thought about people in my life, and the thing is, it is like classic anxiety disorder stuff, and I think that is just what you are feeling. I know because I feel that way. And I've been going
appreciate that, Jake.
My therapist with this recently.
I appreciate that,
I mean
Jake.
this truly.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm going to just say this. I'm glad, and I've seen a few people writing in the chat. This has actually been informative because I feel these feelings a lot, and Chris is saying them, and I think that's interesting. That has just in my own brain.
Thank you for the 5 gifted
Thank you for the 5, Caboose,
967.
and the follow.
That's
Welcome,
very
Caboose.
kind. Thank you, Caboose.
It does nothing to me
you.
to hear like, oh, someone else has anxiety as well, because I'm just sort of like,
okay, but isn't that interesting?
What?
Because that means it is about you.
He's currently trying to quell my words.
I know. It doesn't work though, does it? Because it's not about anyone else. It's not about me. It's about you.
What do you mean by that? You think because like, oh, someone else is anxious, that doesn't make me feel less anxious? That's like a...
No. I mean that inherently this problem is masquerading as you wanting to connect with others or feeling a lack of connection, but it's actually you on some level reveling about how you do not connect with others, or at least hyper-focusing on it.
Hyper-focusing I'll take. Reveling, that feels wrong.
The thing is, Chris,
what's up?
You have to realize the thoughts you have are irrational. They're irrational.
I don't know.
They don't make sense.
Mine are pretty damn good. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to bat without heat.
I literally, like a week ago, I had an epiphany. I finally realized when someone gave me a compliment that they weren't like doing it as a bit, or they weren't like doing it for some like suspicious reason.
Yeah, to be
that
nice or whatever.
Maybe
just
someone who's complimenting me. Someone who was complimenting me actually might just mean that they might just be being nice and saying something nice to me.
Again, guys, I got to be clear, all of you, and Jake, I hate to cut you off here, but I just have to clarify the record here. I hear what you're saying. I'm glad you had that epiphany. That's good. When I walk around in the world, I don't think I'm thinking everyone hates me, no one wants to hang out with me, and I want to be really clear about this. Luke does not like me.
Are you sure?
Luke does not want to hang out. Yes, Jake, let me be really clear about this.
You said you had the party.
That's okay.
What's up, Dark Web?
That's relevant. I'm overthinking the party thing a little, and we could talk about that on another time. I have a rich inner life. I have friends. I have family. I have loved ones. I have people who...
You just think I don't like you.
Yes.
Legitimately.
What?
Because
we're 3 shows into this, Luke.
Because I can't believe that this would be all directed about me.
It's absolutely... Okay, Luke, and Jake, you can feel free to stay or go on this. Luke, I'll be honest with you. You talked about, like, oh, you think I'm funny or whatever. When my first meetings of you was... We were doing everything now like 5 years ago to no one. In our shitty living room. No one watched the show. It was embarrassing to tell people what it was, the whole thing. And Rocky goes, hey, do you know the Shrimp Boys? They're this comedy group. They're Chicago people. They know Jackie, blah, blah, blah. I look you guys up and I'm like, holy shit, these guys are like real comedians. This is crazy. And when you guys came into the house, I remember thinking you were like the funniest people I had ever like performed with on a stage. I remember in that first episode being like, oh God, I'm in way over my head. I can't deal with like these guys are legit.
But of course that was the situation, because at that point, we were 6 years younger, and I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, a little.
And it's just, but those things of like, that's how I felt about people when I was in Chicago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just natural.
But don't you think that created a dynamic where you were like, what is that person's opinion?
6 years later, you really think that dynamic still exists between us? I mean, yes is the answer. Brother, we're both on the same fucking website, you know? The time has made fools of us all.
I don't know about that. I don't know. The website is not the qualifier for me. I still think you three are like really funny in a way that intimidates me, if I'm being real.
Well,
what do you think about that, Jake?
Would you mind if I interjected?
What's up?
Okay. So, Chris, you think Luke doesn't like you. You think he thinks you're the least favorite. You're his least favorite.
Now that Grant's gone, yeah.
Right?
It's interesting you think I don't like Grant.
We'll talk about that later.
And we all agree about the Grant thing, of course.
Okay, good. I'm there.
The thing is, if you were his least favorite on ENS, why would he invite you onto the stream?
I asked to come onto the stream.
Rocky?
Yeah, but people ask all the time. I don't do it.
Oh, and he said yes.
Yeah, I mean, so many people asked. So many people have asked me, and I'm not saying that like, oh, it's so great, but it's like they know I do the show, blah 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 blah, and like, I have no problem being like, and then never doing it.
Sure, I can see
You're
that.
Here, though.
How easy would it have been? How easy would it have been for Luke to say, "Sorry, man, it's pretty busy the next few weeks with guests."
Well, he kind of did do that the first time I asked, but then
you've been on more than most people, besides like Wyatt.
Because I come in with art, because I come in and I'm bringing something, and that's compelling, and people need it. Yeah. So that's
why you're here.
Okay.
Is that bad?
No, that's not bad.
You wanted me to say it's because we're good friends?
No, that's fine.
Because we're not doing friends.
That's
we're doing
fine.
art.
I agree.
We're doing our performance.
That's fine. I just want us to get on the same page about that. You and I performed together.
Were texting this week and having a perfectly normal conversation that felt like two friends talking.
Maybe that was the case. What's up, Jake?
Luke isn't having you on for the clout.
Well,
right?
we know that.
If Luke was having you on for the clout and he didn't like you,
he would get any other member of everything now.
And I've already guys to come on instead of you.
5 years in, anyone that watches your show that is going to watch me is watching me or has said, I don't really like how loud that guy is.
Yeah.
I mean, that is beside the point.
Jake, do you think the other cast members like me?
I think Jake likes you. I think Rocky kind of tolerates you, and Alex, I just can't get a read on him.
Correct. That's all correct.
I guess I feel the same way.
That's all correct.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna let you go, Jake. Thanks for calling
in, Jake. And I don't know if Jake
have a good
likes
night.
me.
Love you, boys.
Love you too.
Jake from ENS.
Yeah, I don't know if Jake from ENS likes me, but Rocky puts up with me, and we can't tell
about
Alex.
The problem.
That's true.
This is honestly the problem, and that's the worst part. Is that the problem here is that you think that I think I'm cooler than you. And maybe when we were 24 and I was coming in from Chicago and I immediately got an agent out here and shit was going super, like, it seemed like this cool shit was happening. Maybe I did.
I don't think I even had an awareness of that. I just sort of...
Yeah, but maybe I was doing something to elicit it. You know what I mean? What is that?
It's a good movie. It's a really good reference.
Yeah.
If you and I had stuff in common, maybe that's something we would be able to have established as like a...
I knew your ass was going to like Megalopolis, a fucking movie for old people.
That's what I'm saying.
Chris is ass, what did you don't watch new movies, really, except the fucking Megalopolis looks like an old fucking movie. Chris's favorite
looks
movie
like
is that one where they go to the fucking moon and the moon is like... You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about A Trip to the Moon. I like that movie. There's a better silent moon movie called Woman in the Moon. That's a Fritz Lang movie from 1928. That one's actually incredibly compelling. There's an hour-long launch sequence that's really good.
Gay?
Can you say that on your stream? Do you get in trouble for saying that? I'm just sort of, if Grant wasn't that smart, but was as annoying, but didn't really... I'm like, if Grant was that annoying, but didn't know what he was talking about.
I don't know what... I mean, it's just that thing where it's so funny, because I think I did something to you the first time I met you that has, like, lodged in your brain.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what it is.
Can I be honest, too? Yeah. And I really respect David and Wyatt. I really respect them both.
Yeah.
Don't have this with them.
I know. I know you don't.
I really don't. I walked up to Wyatt at TwitchCon. I put my damn arm around him, and we were pals. We were chatting.
You never do that to me.
Never.
I don't know
Ever.
why.
Ever.
Because I'd make fun of you for it?
I don't think you'd make fun of me for it, but I think when I went up to Wyatt and I started palling around with him, I think Wyatt's happy this is happening. I think Wyatt wants to contribute to this conversation.
Okay.
I think Wyatt...
You legitimately don't feel... Because I think that sometimes you misinterpret me, something I do, which is I'm looking around a lot in big social settings because I literally get overstimulated.
See, I do that as well.
Right.
So I don't think that's it. I
think this is the bullshit where these are... I think this is... Can I be honest what I think is happening?
Please.
I think I don't like what I see in you that is a reflection of me, and you don't like the way I'm reacting to the stuff that I... Like, it's a self-feeding loop.
That... To me, we hit something.
Yes.
We hit something really, like the 3 shows have built to that statement.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Yeah.
I think that is the thesis of what's been happening the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think maybe you and I even just knowing that about ourselves and each other is going to do a lot of good.
I think we were doing just fine, man.
You really did?
Listen. I saw you at TwitchCon. I was so happy to see you. I thought we were palling around.
We were palling around. I don't want to say what I really thought because it's just gonna be because then
say it.
But then it just becomes.
We're 2 hours in, man. Say it. Say it. What you thought about me at TwitchCon?
Yeah,
say
when
it.
you were excited to see me and when we were palling around.
What did you think?
I was thinking, I'm one of the Everything Now guys, so he does this with me. But if he could have his druthers, this would be Jake or Rocky standing next to him right now. That's what I was thinking. This is something I don't think about Wyatt.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I know what you did to me. I do. Because I think you're right. I think I did. I think I see parts of myself in you that I don't particularly like, and maybe that's what's coming off. But that feels like 2 seasons ago. Like, I feel like that's not something I felt like you. I certainly feel it tonight again. We've sort of, and that's in that way is a step backwards because we've been drawn down in this muck and mire. And I'm sort of, even as we're doing this, I was like, was it this bad last time? And I'm remembering now that it was. It was literally exactly like this. It ended with me with this tone of fucking
But I'll
voice.
also say last time we were getting a lot more calls. Some calls that were just like not productive.
Oh, we're getting calls. I'm just not taking them.
Okay, callers, I want you to kind of just cut to the notes. Like, let's skip all the pleasantries. Let's skip the Chris, you have anxiety. If you're calling in, I want you to, within the first 15, 20 seconds, just be giving me the note. I don't want us to waste time with this.
We got a few more minutes here.
We've got a few calls. Let's just get to this. Let's get to it.
And look, I see this one says TwitchCon Hollywood Shapes. You know what that says to me? This person's going to be trying to be nice about those 2 things. Don't do it.
And I don't
I'll
want
have to hang up on you.
But here's the other thing. I know Cesar DeSalad is not an American and probably spent a lot of money on this call. So let's take this call.
Okay. Well, there's a way to do it for free on my show because you just do it through the web.
Freak Scene, I know what you're
talking
talking about.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
I'm sorry. Hey, hello. I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not paying for this because it's through the website.
Then you better be quick.
And I'm also sorry. Yes. No, it's fine. I'm sorry for the delay also because I'm far away either way.
No, it's fine.
I just wanted to say. Yeah, I just wanted to say that to me, from an outside perspective, Chris is like the cool guy of ENS. And what I mean is that he's always like too cool for bits for doing this, and he's always like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but maybe I'm gonna break the fourth wall, and I'm gonna be like, no.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I wish he'd commit to a fucking. Can you do one fucking character?
I wish I could.
What if he could do one fucking voice?
You think I like when my voice fucking stops working 2 lines in?
Just fucking try.
You think I like when I'm like, let me go be a British guy, and then my 3rd line sounds like me again? You think that's a comedic choice I'm making to fucking do it that badly?
Dude, then lead the fuck in because I do the same thing. It's funny.
I had a point.
Yeah,
you don't do it.
Sorry,
the same.
I had a point.
What?
I had a point about that. Please. What I'm trying to say is that he acts like the cool guy, and to me, the rest of the cast is like, oh, he's the cool guy that like he wants to hang out with us. Like he's so cool that he wants to hang out with us even though we are not cool. And that's how I see it. So I think to me, it looks like they like him so much that they are happy to hang out with him, even though he's so cool and he acts like he doesn't care.
To summarize, Cesar DeSalad, if I can get this right, you think the Everything Now guys like me so much that they think it's cool that I'll be around them.
Yes.
Really fascinating. Really fascinating.
That's how I see it.
Thanks so much.
And I think
we got to speed through a few more, but one more note. You got anything else?
You're right. Well, I wanted to talk about TwitchCon because I really didn't believe that Luke had a panel, because there's always like 20 fuckers, the same 20 fuckers doing the same fucking thing because they're super popular and stuff. And the fact, I mean, the fact that he got it, I think that speaks a lot about him being like this successful person in the platform. That's what I
very
think.
kind.
Thank you, Cesar DeSalad. Someone call Baby No Money, because I think I found who's actually him. And that's for the guy who asked me to be funnier earlier.
Thank you.
I told the joke.
Cesar DeSalad, that actually was extremely nice, and I really appreciate it. And thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I mean it. So have a good one, guys.
Take care.
Because that is kind of how I feel about it. Everyone's on the stupid platform.
And I want to just point out, great call, Cesar DeSalad. 2 apologies at the top. Next caller, drop those apologies.
And I'll tell you what, can I say something? This actually did cheer me up a bit. Because I got to be honest, I haven't thought about that like sort of existential malaise in about an hour now. I've just been thinking about how much you're pissing me off.
You know, Luke, I really earnestly am happy that you feel that way.
And that really is... And I'm not kidding. And it seems like that would be something I was saying with sarcasm. It has cheered me up quite a bit. You really got me fucking animated. I have been comatose depressed playing Deadlock for 9 hours straight because it's the only thing that gives me any sort of stimulus. This really got me going again. So thank you
happy
for that, Chris.
2 very fast calls. Skip straight to the notes. No pleasantries.
Right to the note. Hello, caller. You're on the air. What's your note for Chris?
This is Bad Phone Chad. I don't have any notes for anybody.
All right, next call.
Next call. All right. We're only taking notes for Chris. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. Do you have any notes for Chris? Caller.
I think we hang up here.
Hey.
Oh, right as we hit hang up, we heard you. So sorry about that.
Well,
feel free to call back in, but just even hearing hey, I don't need the hey. Jump right into the note.
Chad, I'm sorry, but we're only doing notes, man.
We're only doing
notes. I appreciate it. Another night you could call in with some other stuff, but tonight it's just notes, okay? Hello?
Hi. Okay, I'm not muted. Hey, it's Sam.
All right, Sam. I know you'll give it to Chris straight.
Give me something to work with here. Give me something to drive home with.
How real?
We're already wasting time here. We've
got
to hit it.
You got to hit it, Sam.
Okay.
I know you're going to end us on a fucking banger that'll send him hurtling into the night. Maybe he'll crash his car.
Sam, I will warn that. I'll preface this by saying one time you said something about me, and it's the worst thing anyone's ever said about me in my life. It's something that I think about all the time. It's the worst thing anyone's ever said about me. You didn't mean it as an insult, and it will forever linger with me as the worst thing anyone's ever said. I can't say what it is, but just know.
I know this.
You know what it is. So whenever you're ready, Sam, go.
Okay. I think that I agree with Cesar DeSalad on everything. I think all the ENS guys came up together from college, and so they, as adults, have become people that they sometimes may wonder if they would be friends if they didn't come up together. Jake is the jock, Chris is the cool guy, Rocky's the artist, Grant was the smart guy, Alex was the married guy, I guess.
Yeah,
and
you got better as you went on those.
But so I think that Chris is insecure with being cool. He is cool. He does cool stuff, but he doesn't feel cool on the inside. But that'll be his journey to accept. But I think also between you two, you're both like Twitch titans in our comedy world. And so I think there's part of it where Chris is like, the one thing I could have been cooler than him at is Twitch, but no, he's like up there with me. And so he's like also intimidated by Luke. And Luke, you're killing it. You're doing it. It's like been amazing to watch you grow. Same with you, Chris. Been amazing to watch you grow. And I feel like
this is
Chris
really
is also
valid.
Embarrassed to use his UCB cred in the real.
That's
in this
100%
world,
true. I'm not coming to you and going, look at me, I'm on a UCB team. No, that's not only you don't give a fuck. That's a negative. Yeah, that's a bad. You're right, Sam.
Yeah,
Thanks
so
so much,
Sam.
I want to. Luke wants to be done with this. Thanks so much. Really great to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for calling.
I hope the move went okay. Thank you. Huh.
I think we really nailed
it. The problem is that I came into your house and I fucking shit on the floor, and I own the house.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Do you remember the thing I'm really loving, which is when you saw me at TwitchCon, you thought you won, but you didn't realize I was just there to collect the trophy?
Yeah.
That's how I feel in Sam's thing. Is it's like I had one thing where I was like, well, at least my friends will make this show for me and I get to put my name on it so it looks like I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have that over Luke.
Mm-hmm.
It's one way I can be his equal. It's one way I can come to him and I can go, I have something. And then you started doing chat havers and it was sort of just like, oh yeah, so here's this guy who was like better at comedy than me. And now he's like kind of come into my space and is going to start doing it. So that's a really interesting point, Sam.
Oh my God, man.
You feel better.
Maybe next year we can figure it out.
Maybe.
I do think we made good progress this time.
I think so.
I think this should be a thing. You won the damn Peepo, exactly.
Well, this me is whatever. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, that you didn't really deserve it, that they did?
No, not that. No. Because then Jake's right. Then I am just like generally anxious and self-doubting about everything. Right. And that's not the case. I know what I do.
I guess I'm legitimately surprised to hear you don't think that you are that way, because I feel like you are. But maybe that's only as we've just. I think we hit on this year.
I think you're right that I am. I think the openness
is that
you see. Yes.
And I get that now.
Yes.
And I'd like to think every year when the leaves start to turn and there's a crispness in the air, we'll come back again to this studio, to these seats, and do it again. And I hope we get to do that for the rest of our lives, Chris. I really, really do.
I really hope that too.
I really do.
I hope that's because one of us dies kind of young, and it's sort of like a.
It doesn't go on too long.
Yeah, because I don't want to be doing.
Oh, we're gonna put up the VOD. We'll put up the VOD. I'm leaving this up. I didn't say anything I really regret. Maybe that's not true. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, if we're putting up the VOD, I shouldn't say what Naked Comedy said that made me feel that way.
Oh God, I can't exactly remember what it was.
I'll tell you, and you'll know what I mean.
Yeah. I forget to put the shit on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I'm also bad at that part of it.
I'm like really grateful for.
I'm like really trying to
get.
I'm trying. Madalena is awesome, and I'm trying to like convince her that she would be. And I'll pay her, of course, to like post all the clips for me, so I don't have to fucking think about it, man.
Yeah. It is so hard. I'm like, and I also find that the more I think about the creative side of it, the more I slack on that, and I don't know what that is.
I know. Because now I'm thinking about this Gamer Ween stream I'm doing, and I thought this idea I'm really excited about, and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be so fun. And it's like the opposite of something that would make sense for socials in many ways. And it also is just like, well, I want to work on that. I want to work on stupid clips.
Exactly. You're like, I don't want to do that thing. I want to do this thing. Yeah. But the other stuff needs to happen.
Because it all needs to happen. It's all important.
That's myself
the unfortunate thing. And I think that's what, if we want to bring it full circle, that's what TwitchCon made me feel the most.
It was sort of a reminder of you didn't sneak past the guards.
It's like the lunatics thought they were running the insane asylum, but the doors have been locked the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Luke, have you thought about having Chris on but do funny stuff instead? I want to point out that this episode was really funny.
And no, I have not. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob, welcome back. Jacob, you're someone I just want to shout out. Jacob, good to see you. It's been a while. Love you, dude. Seriously.
Naked Comedy, after my first mental breakdown. Naked Comedy, you think I haven't had a mental breakdown? Naked Comedy, you think one of my family members...
My lung collapsed!
Naked Comedy.
Yeah, you think that happened? No, dude. He had a mental breakdown, and they had to put him in the psych ward in Pasadena for 4
Naked Comedy,
months.
you think I haven't had to call a family member and say, you got to fly out here today, otherwise bad stuff about to happen? I got news for you, Naked Comedy. It's not my first rodeo, okay?
Yeah. Bro thinks he's so cool because he has a family member that would do that, okay?
And yeah, it was my sister. And yeah.
Damn, I need a sibling, man. It's too late now.
It's real.
I'm fucked. All right. Well, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
I do the Everything Now show on twitch.tv. It's an interactive improv show. You can also find me at the UCB Theater with the Herald.
Your house team's called?
The Herald team. Yikes!
Jesus Christ!
Lowercase y exclamation point.
Now, chat. Now that's funny, dude. You gotta go see Yikes. Nobody's doing the Herald like Yikes.
And that's true. I actually think. I think we're doing really good work.
Same.
I think we're doing really.
I also think that.
I do think that. I think.
No, it's lowercase y.
Lowercase
Robbie,
y.
come on.
I
think
think
it's called Yikes Fam. That would be a better name.
That would be good, but I think what we're doing is pretty good. So I think you should come check it out sometime. I think you'd have a fun time.
Me? No, I won't be doing that.
I would never ask you to do that, Luke.
no
I know
way.
that that's not what we are to each other.
Yeah.
QAnon Israel would love to see a version of this with Drill and Derek. Sounds like I'm onto something here, Luke. It sounds like you just need to get your funnier and more successful friends to come in and do the show the way I do it, and maybe you'll have some success.
Did
you think about that, Luke? Did you think about maybe
fundamentally not understanding it because it's because you are so low status that you would be willing to do this in the first place?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But did you think about the fact that I'm bringing you solid fucking gold here?
Yeah.
And you're acting like okay, yeah. So sorry,
But that's it.
I
That's
didn't
part of
post
it.
on the internet long enough to get a following. But that's like
Sorry,
I'm
dude.
bringing the heat. You get Drill to fucking put a drill mask on me or whatever and say I'm him, and you're going crazy on YouTube. But I'm the one bringing the fucking heat, and I don't get enough respect about that.
Well, it's not going to go crazy on YouTube. You've definitely got that part right.
If you say it's fucking Drill or whatever, then yeah, I will. You know, we put Smosh in one of our videos. Our subscriber count doubled overnight. Do you know how grim that is? Do you know how sad that is, Luke? We were working for 6.5 years at our show.
Believe that Smosh is still relevant.
We were working at 6.5 years trying to make this show
Isn't that
good.
legit crazy? Like,
Brought
I
it
don't
up
even
to
mean this as a condemnation
2,500
of
subscribers,
Smosh,
feeling amazing about
but it's just
ourselves
like,
on
what
YouTube.
the fuck? It's
like we've really done something.
I was thinking about Smosh when I was 14,
and then we just
now
put
I'm
one
31.
fucking video
It's
on
wild,
there that
right?
says Smosh in the title, and it gets like a fucking 25,000 views the whole thing overnight.
Hold on, Sam. He didn't choose it. That's kind of the whole problem, as it was thrust upon him, and now it's all he has.
That's
why he's
right,
pissed.
and I have no way to escape. This
That's
is
why
where I
he's
am
pissed.
now.
I know, man.
And when I have to talk to
Well,
someone
guys-
who's actually talented and doing something in a space that's like people admire, do you know how embarrassing it is for me?
Well,
To
guys,
be like,
this
I'm
has
actually
been
popular
fun.
on Twitch.
This next week I'm going to do the Luke VTuber streams. I've almost got the thing ready, so that's going to be fun. And then Alex Olsop will be on next week, and our relationship is definitely not like this. So it's going to be very normal, very much like the rest of the show. Thank you guys all so much for being here.
And the thing that drives me crazy about this fucking accent stuff, everyone's like, Chris, do accents. You think I don't want to do them?
So try. You could take classes.
I do try. What do you mean try? I'm always trying. They always go bad.
Why don't you take a class, dude?
What do you mean take a
We
class?
live in Los Angeles. You could take an acting class.
They don't teach you how to be British in acting class.
Yes, they do.
What?
It's called a dialect coach, dude. They literally have classes about doing dialects. If you cared about your craft so much, maybe you would look
That's
into one.
not a thing.
Thank
You're
you guys.
telling
See
me
you
I can
tomorrow.
go
See
take
you
a
on
class where
Tuesday.
they're like, today we're going to do French, tomorrow we're going to do British?
Literally.